this team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I've come this way before, traveled through the open door. Circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold of me. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. No, I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games get played, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth, it's all in what you do, some things you gotta do, It's fight for millions, take a second, see the blessing in it. From much expected, much is given. One to make the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness, yes. You can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it to life. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition, I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, giving something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Can't get played, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do.
Things you gotta do. Hey. Love is the word. Hey, I had to wait for it to drop one time. What up, DB? Hey, what up, Mark Wunderlich, man? You just had a baby, right, Mark Wunderlich? Congratulations, if I'm not mistaken. I saw it the other day, and then something happened. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. What's up, JP, aka JQ? What's up, Big Lloyd? What's up, Big Lloyd, man? What's up, Reese? DOG. Appreciate you, Box fans, standing on first tonight, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you. What up, Mark Nash? Robert Brown. KJ, what's up? What's up, G Brown? Corey Mack, what's up? Ooh, Young World, what up? AKA Cletus. What's up, Mike Weary? Mike Weary, the hater, man. What's up, Woke the Truth, man? I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. We in here, D. Is that? Oh, man, they still coming in. What up, Taylor? Boxing Social. Who else we got? Woke the Truth. What's up, man? And Mr. J Dub. And we in here, man. So, I mean, feel free to call in and sound off. I know that's why we in here tonight. And, yeah, I'll speak in between the calls. Not a big deal. No more damn kids. I would have been a millionaire by now, right? Right. I stopped that too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me change this out. Yeah, I'm very interested in how y'all feel about this. I'm very interested. I was on the phone actually like at 12:50 and somewhere around there, and I opened up my Instagram while I was on the phone, and I saw Reggie Owens' Instagram post, and it says the verdict is in. And then what's up, KO? Then I ran in the house and proceeded to wait for the verdict. You know what I mean? And I I'm stuck somewhere in between. Um, I'm not really stuck. I don't want to use the word stuck in between, but I was equipped in my head. Um, as I see it from like as my favorite one of my favorite terms, 50,000 feet. I was like, it's it's something that we should have. And I was listening to Joe Biden. I was listening to Joe Biden say something that phone call, and it confirmed. What up, Beezy? What up, Beezy? Beezy, Beezy, what's up? Just thought I'll let you know today, my city, Columbus. I know, man. I know. And hopefully they release the footage. But if I mean, I already know. I mean, in my head, I can visualize it. I mean, she got a knife, you got a gun, and I'm willing to bet you're 20 feet away. You know, so man, it's yeah, and that's one reminder that we're gonna give that it's hard to celebrate something that should be normal, right? I should be a good father. I should prepare my children to be adults. You know, the Constitution gives us that right. And so like the the logical person in me is like, what's up, Taiwan? How's your son doing, man? The logical person in me is like, well, we're supposed to get it. Now, if we didn't get it, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, man. It's definitely um if we didn't get the decision, it's like, well, I they never thought of us anyway. But now this is a decision where it's something that is one of our inalienable rights, right? Is justice. So I'm stuck in between there, but I definitely don't want to rain on y'all parade. If you happy, call in happy. You know what I mean? Because maybe you can see it from a different perspective than me. You know, I'm definitely relieved for the Floyd family. I don't want them carrying that pain their whole life, then going through a retrial and going through that shit again. And you know, I definitely don't want to do it. But I tell you what, my biggest joy was seeing him get handcuffed. Oh my god, man, that joint felt good. Then this man seeing him get handcuffed and seeing his white skin turn pussy pink. Oh my gosh, man, I was like, he was like, hold up, I'm going where? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I gotta open up the phone lines. I'm sorry. Damn, the hell I be on. So the phone lines are open. But when he got handcuffed, I was like, shh, yes. You know, and then I went to go pick Lincoln up from school. And but that felt good. That felt good, but I never wanted to like celebrate or jump up and down and all that. I never aspired for that. Um it's like and I tell you what confirmed. I want y'all to listen to this audio. This audio confirmed my position. This audio that I'm about to play y'all confirms what I inherently believes about this country. And the president confirmed what I said. He said he said something in 2 seconds. I'm just gonna play the audio really quick. Hope let's go back to 117. 118. Let's go. Here.
Each of the people here feel strongly as I do. The vice president, she wants to say something. Okay.
I'm just so thankful to the entire family, your courage, commitment.
Wait, it's back some a little bit more. Let me rewind it a little bit more. But this confirmed.
Well, this could be our first shot at dealing with genuine systemic racism. Look, each of the people.
He says we got to deal with this systemic racism. And when he said that, I was like, oh, he knows. So I'm like, why should I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, fair use. Thank you. Yeah, for fair use. Yes, definitely for fair use. I appreciate you pound for pound. So if the president knows it came out of his mouth, then, you know, it's just, I just wish, you know, yeah, call in. I'm definitely interested in what y'all have to say. I definitely want us to hopefully this galvanizes our spirits, you know, inspire us to, I wouldn't say strive for justice, but man, fight for what we deserve. Fight for what we were born with. Is that a better term? We were born to have this, and it's just it's so many like layers to unpack this shit. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you how screwed up we are as a I'm talking about the people who are fighting this fight. I'm gonna tell you, like, because I see things from a logical perspective, or my logic. I'll say my logic, right? I remember when they said Donald Trump excited the insurrection, right? And whether he did or not is totally up to you. You can feel the way you want to feel about that. And it's funny how media plays and fools people, right? Because I saw on social media everyone was celebrating Maxine Waters for saying what she said. And I was saying to myself, like, it's funny how they got us, they just fool us, because that's pretty much the same thing what Donald Trump is saying. Oh, we gotta come stronger, more, I forget the term, but she used more of it. And I said, it's just funny how mainstream media got us all fucked up. Like our ability to be independent thinkers. You know how many black people reposted Maxine Waters and celebrated what Maxine Waters said? What's up, Brandon? It's just funny how we're just not independent thinkers, man. And I said that to say is, like, the core of us knows the truth. More aggressive. Yeah, thank you, DB. It's no different from her and Donald Trump. It's no different. And I'm not saying she should go to jail. I'm not saying that. Joe Pesci. Joe, what's up, Big Dog Willie, man? You just drop in once a week. You just drop in once a week, man. Joe Pesci had a threesome with Brandy and Monica. Damn, imagine, man. No feelings, meteor or not. We heard his words. Whose words? Whose words? Are you talking about Trump's words? Yeah, I don't give a damn. I'm just saying. Oh, Fred, no, you were the ones, you were celebrating Maxine Waters. Yeah. I heard you actually said it on the show. You called her like a rider or something like that. She's not a rider, because her money and her power of influence will not defend those people in Minneapolis who take her advice. She's not gonna pay for a lawyer for that 19-year-old kid that gets caught coming out of Foot Locker. More confrontation, you know. Yeah, I I don't think like that's logical. You understand what I'm saying? I think there are two ways. I mean, you can celebrate. I mean, that's basically saying she's your God. You celebrate everything she does. Um, I'm saying this, that we got to be independent. I just urge that we just become independent thinkers, man. And this herd mentality will put us in a celebratory state today. And how I want to celebrate, I don't think she was speaking to the spirit, because that's your interpretation. I don't think you can use interpretation, because that opens up. So you could say the same thing about anybody. You could say the same thing about Donald Trump. He was speaking. It was a joke. Donald Trump could say, "Oh, it was a joke. That was tongue in cheek." You understand what I'm saying? So, I think you take people at their word. You understand what I'm saying? But the moral is what I'm saying. She said what we were thinking before she said it. Who gives a fuck what's you're thinking? If she's telling you to do it, I'm just telling you the parallels. I don't give a fuck if she's black, he's white. Y'all attaching the words to Donald Trump. Same thing with the fighter. If politician A that you don't like say something, you want politician A impeached. If politician B that you admire says something, then you fight for them with your life. I don't believe that. I think you should separate yourself from this herd mentality, and um and that's a segue into why we are celebrating, because now, and they have every right to do this. And they have every right to do this. It's going to be the Democratic Party is going to dominate these next 3 years. And here's going to be and here's going to be the motto. We did this and we're going to get comfortable. I don't want us to get comfortable. I want us to keep, however you fight, whether it's inspiring your kids, whether it's you donating time, donating money. I want us to have still sustain that go get them mentality. Go get them, go get them, go get them, go get them. I think that where we celebrate the goals of the system. You understand what I'm saying? We're not celebrating our independent success. And I think, like, I mean that's basically the truth. So that's where I'm at with it. And that's it. So they said it's going to, why y'all not calling in? They said it's going to take 8 weeks for the sentencing, right? 8 weeks or something like that. So 8 weeks. It's just sad that it takes fucking that long. So the minimum he's gonna get is 12 years, 12 and a half years, because we got the big one. The big one is the 40-year sentence. So the minimum for that is 12 and a half years. And you guys know, if you don't have any priors, you've never been this, you've never been that, then that's the negotiation with the judge, right? That's the negotiation with the judge. So and that's all I know. That's all I know. Just from, I was listening to the lit lawyer, and she was explaining that to me. I sent her a link, so if she comes in, she'll gladly explain it further, as it pertains to the logistics of it. So but yeah, I'm thoroughly excited. Oh, we got a first call. What's up, Caesar? These devils ain't going to let us have no joy. That little girl called the cops and they gunned her down. Man, that was awful. That was awful. I haven't seen the footage yet. What's up, 682?
What up, Fred?
Hey,
Rod 87.
What's up, man? How you feel?
I'm doing good. Hey, I'm trying to understand where you're going. How are you comparing what Trump said and inciting the riot versus what whatever her name is said from California? Like I'm not a big fan of hers either, but I just don't see the comparison between the two.
No, I'm saying in terms of the mentality. Like for example, if Donald Trump is wrong for what he said, correct?
Yeah.
Right. He can't protect the people that say, you do this. You go and to the Capitol, the White House.
I get what you say.
So
okay.
if Maxine Waters say do it, she can't protect those young black and brown people that are following up on her words.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was ready to get at you, but I get what you're saying.
Oh, so I'm saying you got to be but here's the catch though. The CNN is going to promote what she's saying as let's stand firm, let's do this, let's do that. Extract yourself from them and seek the truth. The truth is your kids, your community, your anybody you can physically, emotionally, and spiritually touch, financially touch, impact them. It's so important. It's so, in my humble opinion, it's so important. And I believe that's how we get the victory. I think the victory, I think that's how we get the victory. Anyways, yeah. So that's it. I'm not saying
you are absolutely so let me get this right. You're saying that both parties are wrong and both parties put their supporters in a position where they can't protect them at all. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying the party itself. I'm using that as an
no. When I say parties, I'm talking what's her name? What's her name? Say her name again.
Maxine Waters.
Maxine Waters and Trump. Both of them are wrong for putting their supporters in a position where they can't protect them, putting them in a bad position, pretty much.
Yeah, because
you're equally wrong, but one person was treated one way and the other person was celebrated.
Yes, and no, but I'm saying no. It goes opposite. Like the Democrats demonized Donald Trump, and the Republicans celebrated. The Democrats celebrated with Maxine Waters, and the Republicans celebrated. So the point I'm making is that they're not going to come and save you.
Got you. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that. I came in with a disagreement, Colin.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
100% on that because you're right. Because my wife and I had a discussion today about what she said, and I said
I'll play it.
What you say?
I'll play it. Go ahead. I'll play it.
Okay.
No, but go ahead. I gotta find it. Keep talking.
Okay, all right. But yeah, me and my wife and I was talking about what she said today, and my wife was trying to figure out like how could that, impact the case. And I said because what the judge was telling everybody was that his lawyers can use that to get the verdict thrown out today.
Tensions are high in the U.S.
Go ahead.
They could get it thrown out today in later on in the appeals court because of what she said. They could say that if one of the jurors say they heard that and it influenced their decision, they could throw out their case in an appeals and you'll have to take it back and retry the case. So that's the issue. Yeah,
I wasn't thinking that far ahead, but you're right on the retrial because it's going to be a retrial. I mean, it's just he's going to get so many donations. You know what I mean? He's going to get so many donations that it's going to be crazy. So he's going to be able to afford a retrial. And I wasn't even thinking that far in advance, but they can request and on the retrial because of this situation that the jurors be isolated. They get their TVs taken, their phone taken. And that may be because of Maxine Waters. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think that I don't think it'll cause. I mean, in theory, it can, but I mean, the judge was just being, I believe he was attempting just to be down the middle. You understand what I said? Because she came, because she came to his city. If she would have said that in Washington, D.C., it would have been different. But based off of based off of her location and in his mind, her perceived goal, his interpretation of what she did, because that's not even her jurisdiction. So she came over here to influence, knowing that the trial was about to go into deliberation. That's why he said what he said, in my opinion.
And last thing, Fred, before you go, before I go, you like I hear you and a lot of people, like even Marcellus Wiley, talking about how it's a herd mentality and people follow the media. I think that's to me in the Black community, that's a misconception, right? Because Black people we've been screwed over so much that we're prone to go with what's best for us. So, I was doing some research not too long ago, and I listened to like a couple of people that, a couple of pundits or whatever that's unbiased that do research. And I was looking at the last 50 years since Black people, the Black community have been voting majority Democrat. And if you look at the income growth during a Democrat admission and a Republican admission, it's almost a 10% increase versus decrease for Republicans to Democrats. So Democrats, your income go up. Democrats, the unemployment go down. With Democrats, during a Democrat reign, the racial wealth gap has closed during that time. So I always hear people say, "Oh, you just vote for Democrat, or we just go with herd mentality." I think that's wrong in a sense where what she said was what all Black people was thinking, but her dumb ass and I don't want to call her dumb, but what she said was wrong and stupid at the time that she said it because of her position. She shouldn't have said it. But all of us was thinking it before she even said it. I think that this perception of...
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Fred.
No, finish. I'll just respond when you hang up.
No, I was going to say, I think this perception is from all of my research and everything that I do and everything that I look at. I think the middle, the lower class whites are the ones who vote against their interests and impact a lot of times, which is stupid that hurt them. They even benefit more doing Democratic reign. So when people come at Black people and say we're stupid and we go with this, we're not smart and we don't vote smart and we still look at Republican, if you got a woman that said, "Hey, I'll take care of you, I'll do this, but I won't give you everything you want," then you got a woman on the other side that say, "Hey, man, if you come over here, you should just be happy to be with me. I'm going to cheat on you. I'm going to do everything I want to do. I'm not going to listen to you, but you should just be happy to be here with me." You're not going to choose. If you had to choose a woman, if you absolutely had to choose woman A or woman B, you're going to choose woman A, even though you're not getting every single thing you want out of woman A, you are getting some things out of her. And that's why I think the difference is. And when I see my Black people vote in that direction, then I don't think it's herd mentality or them letting the media influence them. I think Black people go by what they see every day. And that's the God's honest truth. To be honest with you, a lot of Black people don't even watch the news and media. White middle class people watch the news and media 10 times more than Black people. Black people are normally out working 2 jobs, normally out doing things. White people are the ones sitting at home between 4 and 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock before they go to sleep watching the news, because guess what? Most of them don't have to work 2 or 3 jobs. Most of them don't have to go run their kids here and do all this other stuff. So we have to kind of watch that. And when we say those things, is it true in some cases, Fred? Absolutely it's true. But when we throw Black people in that bucket, I cringe every time I hear like media people say it about Black people, but ignore the other side, But go ahead with what you're saying, then I'll drop off.
I'll just respond. No, I'll just respond when you're done.
Go ahead.
Hang up, nigga, when you're done.
No, I want to respond to you. Is anybody else calling in?
They will when you hang up, nigga. Yeah.
Fred, I'm just messing with you, Fred. Go ahead. I'll listen.
Peace. Yeah. I don't use the term all. I learned my lesson in my 20s about using the word all. And my experiences say that I'm not putting all Black people in the group. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting all white people in the group. Nah. But I mean, I s- I s- I'll s- so where do we go from here? Like, what's the next move? Um, we have some very popular cases coming up. Breonna Taylor has yet to get an indictment. It's called an indictment, right? Tamir Rice is out looking for um her has she's resurfaced. Ahmaud Arbery's coming up. We're gonna have that young man in Minneapolis coming up real soon. Uh, um, so 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 there's a lot on the plate. You know what I mean? There's a lot on the plate. I'll tell you this, man. The Republicans, listen. I mean, not the Republicans. The Democrats are and the Republicans have convinced. Think about this conceptually. Don't think about this from the ground floor. Don't look at the person next to you and think of what I'm saying. Just look down at this, what I'm about to say. They have convinced. They have convinced church going Christians, Catholic attending Americans to believe in it's a woman's choice. Think about it. I'm just being honest with you. I personally, I've never made a mistake. I've never even been close to make the mistake to put myself in that position. So I really don't have an opinion on it in terms of abortion. But think about this. It is so strong. The influence of the Republicans and the Democrats are so strong. They can convince you to vote against your religious beliefs. It's very interesting. It's very interesting when you look at it, when you looking down at what the hell is going on. So I've extrapolated myself from there and just be an independent thinker and just take the bullets from people who just who just think the Republicans are right, the Democrats are right. It's cool. But I'm interested in y'all emotions about this though, like because I'm not. I really want like y'all perspective on this as it pertains to Derek Chauvin. Like I caught myself, like I literally just stopped, and I was on my way to pick Lincoln up as well. So I literally just stopped. Like I smiled, like when I saw him. Yeah, yeah, y'all happy now? Yeah, low key, right, Jordan? Yeah, I'm sitting there rooting for Derek James. I might say this nigga about to have the worst night in boxing trainer history, right? Shit. You know what I'm saying? But I uh I stopped myself. But when he got cuffed, oh man, I was ecstatic. I ain't gonna even lie to you. But reality sets in, it's like, damn. And here's the catch. I'm thankful that all the people did their job. I'm thankful that George Floyd family, yeah, Frank definitely closed the show. That I'm thankful for Benjamin Crump and his pursuit of justice. I'm thankful for everyone involved. And just to close the case on what I said, Benjamin Crump was not talking like a what? A civil attorney. He was talking like and this is what I hold him accountable to. And y'all got mad at me the other day, but today confirms what I said. He's the civil lawyer. He's the guy that goes and gets the money. But if I hold him to something that he said today, are we going to get that George Floyd thing enacted nationwide? And I have the right to hold him accountable for it. But y'all listen to ignorant niggas disagreeing with me, and I'm holding them to what he said. Y'all hold me to what I say, but I can't hold Benjamin Crump to what he said. It's just, anyway, like I said, I'm gonna be right long term. Y'all niggas just live in your bubble and keep on watching the news and believe everything you read. Okay. But as I digress back into what the point I'm making, which I forgot the point I was making. Um Oh yeah. Oh, here's what I'm gonna say. I'm thankful that they did their part. I'm thankful that George Floyd family, the local lawyers he had, Benjamin Crump was a national lawyer, because it worked. At the end of the day, it worked. All you want is the results. All I want is the results. You know what I mean? I don't. Did you fuck? Yes or no? Yeah, yeah, but no. I just want to know, did you fuck? That's all I care about. You know. So if not for us, if not for you marching in your city, if not for you reposting, if not for you reposting, making phone calls, marching, donating, whatever you did in this past year, you're the reason why. So as much praise as they're giving Benjamin Crump, George Floyd family, I mean George Floyd family would be the exception to any comparison, respectfully, but outside of his blood, you deserve as much flowers as possible. Now, when you look back on the verdict, you realize he was guilty before the trial even started. And this is why I say it's so important that when these fighters get in trouble, remember I was alluding to the most recent one, Tank Davis. Like now you're auditioning for these jurors. Remember we had this conversation, and so I think like he was guilty. So I think that's why it's so important. No, I actually no, Jordan. I actually believe that he should. I actually believe that. Hold on, 210. I actually believe that he can speak on injustices. I believe it, but when he's front lining it and taking the lead on it as the leader of the march, I want to hold him accountable to getting what he say he's in pursuit of. So that's what I'm saying. But let me finish this point before you go, Thurman. Is what you did, what I did, what we did was so critical to convicting Derek Chauvin. All these Instagram posts, all these hashtags had that man convicted before the trial in jury selection. Because guess what? Ain't no juror gonna leave that room and be the black sheep. Ain't no like it's almost impossible for you to believe that you're gonna be safe because you're the juror that had the jury hung. Imagine that life. Imagine that life. And we got a special guest. We got a phone call. Then we're gonna get to the special guest. How about that? All right. What's up?
What's up, Fred?
How you feel, man?
I'm feeling good, man.
I'm feeling good,
bro. I usually don't call in on days like today, but hey, I wanted to, I just wanted to say I thought about you guys in the chat today when that verdict was being read, bro. And I felt joy just like seeing that,
Mm-hmm.
I saw you ain't lying right now that I was hearing you say that. Y'all, the work that y'all put into it and like get it out there as well. So to each and every one of you guys, but that's dope, man. I just wanted to say that, man. I'll let you guys get back to do what you do.
Appreciate you.
All right, bro. Love.
All right, love you too, man. Appreciate you. All right, give us a spill. Give us a spill. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. So you're the expert. I'm glad you came in. Thank you for coming to hang out with us for a hot.
I know I'm late, huh?
No, you're not late. You're not late. You on time. We're gonna stay as long as you want. And but it's all you. Like your emotions, how you felt. I followed you the whole trial. I watched every last of your stories 4 or 5 times. So
I'm just really glad that was the outcome because in my opinion it was either murder or riots. So I say that, but I want to make it clear where I stand. So I follow that up with, and I don't care if they burn it all down. So I'm glad that was the outcome. And I believe in celebrating all victories, but I feel like everyone that is doing this, like what you do, just constantly, whatever your platform is, those that have been working should be tired. So I hope everyone got rest and is ready to start it up again tomorrow because there's still so much work that needs to be done. a lot of people are asking me about, you know, the sentencing, how does that work? And I think that's really interesting that so many people are interested in that, because it's like, all right, okay, he guilty, but now how much time is he going to get? So I hope they know that it's not like, don't take the boards off the windows. Don't think that you just give everyone out there fighting and, you know, protesting and whatever, like I said, whatever the platform is, that, you know, we're tired of just getting by and finding, you know, just a little bite. We're ready for the whole meal. We want what's due to us. We want justice. And I personally do feel like this was justice, but it's crazy that I was texting some friends, like letting them know, like, hey, be in front of the computer by 4:30, because between 4:30 and 5, like, we're going to find out. And I was surprised by how many friends were like, I'm so nervous. I was anxious. And I was like, yeah, I'm anxious too. And they were like, yeah, I think it's going to be a not guilty. What? Like, I was blown away. But, you know, I could really advocate that much, because we've seen so many crazy things happen. So this was the one that if we didn't get a murder conviction, that it was going to seem like, well, there's just nothing that we can do. Everything was recorded. Everything was right there. The trial seemed like, why are we even doing this? But so I'm glad that that was done. But now we need to affect real change. We need policy change. We need to stay focused on defunding the police. This is not an easy fix. There are lots of problems. We couldn't even make it a full day before something else happened. So now we have the shooting that happened in Ohio. So it's like we can't even make it a day. So I mean, I had to catch up on work. I was distracted from earlier today. So I literally had to turn it off. But someone did text me and I was like, wait, what? I'm like, I can't even. But yeah, so I went on a little tangent, but ask me questions so you can direct me.
Yeah. How's the sentencing work? So I'm definitely a novice at it. I've never been sentenced before, so I don't know the process as to what happens next. All I know was his bail was revoked and they took him away. So what's the steps now? Because I heard the language, but I don't understand it.
Yeah. So you know, there are 3 charges. So typically all it's done here is you have the main charge, and then there are other, like, I call it lesser inclusive. They're not included in it, but we've all seen it happen like that, where it's like murder, and then if not murder, then manslaughter. But in this case, it was all 3 charges where they had to say not guilty or guilty, not guilty or guilty, not guilty or guilty 3 times. So guilty on all 3. But I mean, they didn't say this, but, you know, your sentence, your term can run either concurrently or consecutively. So concurrent means that they all just go at the same time. So basically, you're just looking at the highest time. Consecutive means that if you got 10, 10, and 10 for 3 different charges, that means 30 years. So you do one, check that off, and do your next 10, do your next 10. But in this case, all 3 of those charges, while they were separate, they all stem from the same crime. So I'm just assuming it was going to be concurrent. This is different from how things go in Florida. I was talking to Lanita, and we were both breaking it down, like how different it is, because it's different than how it is in Kentucky as well. But I figure it would have been concurrent. So we're looking at the 40 years max. So people are like, oh, he has to get the 40. But no, because we have sentencing guidelines that factor in, you know, really the main thing that's factored in is the criminal history. So what other prior convictions do they have? You know, California is famous for the 3 strikes, 3 felonies, and, you know, that's a life sentence. So things like that are sentencing guidelines. So it's state by state. And when the questions started coming in, I was like, let me just take a break. So I Googled real quick just to see, like, if there's anything on what the sentencing guidelines in Minnesota were saying. And I saw that 12.5 years, 12 and a half years is what they're saying, that's how the sentencing guidelines would break down for him. So pretty much, if the sentencing guidelines say that and that's in place in that state, then they have to follow it, except for when there are, you know, egregious circumstances, like, you know, the Blakely motion is what people started asking about, like, what is that? In that case, the guy kidnapped his wife, and the judge went outside of what the max was in the state, because he said that the facts were so crazy. And, you know, his actions were just so egregious that he felt like he needed more than 4 or 5 years or whatever it was. And I think he sentenced him to like 9 or something. So it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and basically they found that it was a violation of the Sixth Amendment. And the jury convicted him, but then the judge is sentencing and going outside of these guidelines that have been predetermined. So that can happen, but if it is appropriate, it has to basically be presented to the jury, and the jury has to say, again, find beyond a reasonable doubt that these facts are so beyond just what the normal crime is that he should be able to get additional time. So that was the motion. I haven't read the motion, but that essentially what the Blakely motion would be. So I don't know what the basis is, but I mean, we saw the videos. A lot of us were affected by that and still are affected by that. So that's not no normal, like, I got into a fight and I punched the guy too hard and then he died. Like, I mean, this was intense. And the fact that he was a cop in his uniform doing it is really just like, oh no. And I'm sure, it's also going to be factored in there the fact that, George Floyd was begging and other people were begging him and he just didn't care. But I would love to see that motion to see what, else they put into it. But normally there would be a hearing and then it would be determined whether or not, that's going to be something else that's presented to the jury. But I did see before they left for the verdict, when they were talking and they were going over the basis for the mistrial, and he brought up the Blakely motion. Sometime after that, I do remember seeing where murderer Chauvin, when his attorney said that he was going to waive his right to have it evaluated by the jury. I would have done that too, because the judge is going to pretty much stick to the facts and the law. And a lot of people have felt that the judge was kind of favoring the defense a little bit. So we'll see. But if not, if that's what the sentencing guidelines say, 12 and a half years, then the judge doesn't really have that much leeway. But for finding that there are exigent like circumstances, like the facts were just so ridiculous that he should be able to go outside of what the sentencing guidelines say. And I hope so, because 12 and a half years, I mean, what he'll do, like, I don't know, probably like 7 or something. I don't know what the typical amount of time is there. That's not enough. So we starting all over. So
it's definitely murder. You might got some questions. Cameron Winfro, love the content. She came in on a short notice. I'm glad you did. Is this really a victory when they're still killing us in the midst of this verdict?
Me? Yeah, so I'm big on celebrating, even if it's a small victory. I'm big on celebrating that, but you can't lose focus. So every war has battles within the war. So, I mean, you can't say like, oh, but we won this battle, yay, and then you're going to lose the war. So right now, yes, it is a victory in a sense of, imagine if it had gone the other way. Like, just imagine. So the fact that we don't even have to live through that is a victory for me. And I think a lot of people were running on empty. We're going through a lot right now. We're dealing with a lot. And I don't know if many people could have taken that. So just for that limited purpose is enough for me to celebrate. Now I'll celebrate this weekend because I got work to do, but I encourage everyone you don't have to sacrifice moving forward and continuing to fight for recognizing, okay, well, this is a good outcome and we're just going to take piece by piece. So we're celebrating this now. And then when the sentencing comes, if that's on some BS, then we'll deal with that when we get there. So small victory, big victory, however you want to look at it, it's a victory.
Yeah. And you're a lawyer, so you have I'm not putting this on you, but you have a different mindset. Like, that's celebrate true. This and we're going to move on. Like, got to embrace this moment, because what we just accomplished, because how hard it is to win a trial. Mm-hmm. We don't. We like, oh, this nigga's guilty. Put this nigga away for 25 to life. You know what I mean? So, like, any mishap, like, oh, he punched you. Oh, or he tried to turn over. I don't know, but that one motion could throw, like, for example, I was having a conversation with myself actually and I was thinking, the cell phone got him convicted, because how they were presenting their evidence, and I only heard it in sound bites because I just refused to sit there for 8 hours a day and watch it.
Mhm.
If that MMA fighter had intervened physically in any way, how they were presenting their case, the defendants, Derek Chauvin quite possibly could have gotten off.
Because that could have been the justification.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they were saying that the crowd was exciting them. And if he would have infringed on their mesh point, like, because I know the first reaction between, big men, and I would say, I've said this before too, go get the nigga, but you can't.
Yeah.
It's the cell phone. Your biggest weapon is the cell phone.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, there, in different scenarios, there are things that other people can do, not in that particular situation. I hope that every single person that was present, that had to witness that, finds peace soon too. And this is some piece of, justice for them to help them feel better. Because, I mean, there were witnesses that said it, and I'm sure that there are other people that did not take the witness stand or that did not say that. But that's a heavy burden to carry, wishing you had done something. I should have just intervened. He might still be alive now. So there's plenty of what if. But, in scenarios, we know from seeing other people recording that the cell phone has power, but you'll still hear people put the cell phone down and go do da 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 da. No, unless there's someone else that's recording, if I'm the only one recording something, then that's my role. I need to stay there and record. If someone else is administering, CPR on someone, I don't need to go and be in the way, but I might be able to serve a purpose by keeping the crowd away so that professional that knows what they're doing can do that. So it's all about like assessing the situation and doing what you can with the information you have at that time and with your own abilities. Like, you're in that moment. So I just, when I was watching some of the witnesses, especially the minor that we never saw, oh my gosh, like that just breaks my heart. They're going to have to deal with that for so long, her and her entire family. So yeah, the cell phones are powerful. People got to stop doing that. If y'all ain't learned it by now, literally this man would be walking the streets still in a uniform right now if it wasn't for every angle that we had.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have no doubt if it wasn't for that cell phone, and God forbid me saying this, but the world watching him get murdered. If it wasn't, it's just my belief. Like I inherently believe that this year greatly impacted the jurors. No doubt in my mind. They can't get that picture out of their head. They can't foresee America going through this again. I just genuinely believe it, and it's gonna come out soon because these big networks are gonna pay big money for those interviews, and we gonna learn.
I can't wait to talk to the jurors.
Yeah, the jurors.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Tomorrow, they're gonna start talking this week for sure.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
that's what I'm waiting for. I'll read every book. I'll watch every interview. I can't wait.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Mike Waver the Great, 3 cop killings during this trial, no celebrating. And we got one more super chat. Many of the past police shootings went to grand jury. Is this versus jury trial the difference between conviction and getting off in police shootings?
Well, grand jury is just to determine if they can bring a charge, and that's state specific as well. Some states, for certain types of crimes, or who the defendant is, it just depends how that state has it set up. You can't bring a charge until you go before the grand jury and get an indictment, essentially, from the grand jury. So that's what that comes down to. But like, that's just to bring the charge. Like, you still have to go through a trial.
We got Deegan 305 in the building. What's up, Deek?
Hey man, too blessed to be stressed and highly favored. How y'all doing? How you doing, Queen?
Hello. Good evening.
Yes. I got a few things I want to say. I told you guys how important that the brother Keith Ellis would be to this case. This man put together a dream team, and I want us to stay focused here. because another one of our babies was murdered today, 15 years old. 15 years old. This demon is very angry about what happened. And they're going to strike back in this way. Now, I want us to stay focused because we're talking about a black attorney general that had empathy because he understands. This is about us. Now, take these other states where it's all white. The police officer, they are going to still be murdering us, and they're going to still be getting away with it. Had it not been the brother in charge, no matter what the video showed, that officer would have walked free today. Let's not lose sight of that. No matter what you say, no matter what you believe, that officer, because I study these people, and I know what they believe. They believe that their police officers cannot do any wrong when it comes to us. They feel the officer was doing his job justly. All he had to do is say he was afraid. And he had to act within a millisecond. This officer would have walked without Keith Ellis today. Even if the video was involved without that brother being in place to put together a dream team, the cities would have been burning down all around the country. And brothers and sisters would have been getting slaughtered. It wouldn't have been a Capitol Hill thing where the white folks can go and assault police officers and murder one, and now they're covering it up and saying that he died from natural causes. That lets me know that whoever hit this officer in his head, because it was a blunt object that struck him in the head that caused his death. Now they're saying it was natural causes. That means whoever did that was somebody important and had great influence. These wasn't poor people that stormed that Capitol. You had influential people who had money, people who had great careers, military people, police officers, you name it, was there. And some of the people was able to go home free and go on vacations to leave the country. But they slaughter you without a weapon in your hand. They slaughter you running away from them with your back turned to them with no weapon, and it's justified. If not, Keith Ellis wouldn't have been on this case, brothers and sisters. Listen to me. This man would have walked today. Even with the video, even with the witnesses, it wouldn't have mattered. And we have to stay focused and understand that this fight is real. And it's going to take real change. We got to have policy, federal policy, federal policy. Somebody brought up something today that I didn't think of. They have a federal law that protects bald eagles, but there's no federal law to protect human life, black life. We have to be vigilant and form a plan and keep the pressure on. Maxine Waters was right. We got to be agitators. We got to stay in this because we're dying daily. And they're going to strike back hard, man, about this. They are angry about this. And they started today just to show they don't give a damn about the verdict. Baby was 15 years old, man. And if you say she had a knife, you got a stun gun. You didn't know how to gun this baby down. They could have tased this baby. Man, I am. This is a bittersweet day. Yes, I'm glad we got the verdict, guy. But I am still hurt because the fight is real. And we are dying in the process. And we cannot lose sight of this. They are out to kill, seek, kill, and destroy. The Bible speaks of these people. They ain't playing. They're trying to destroy us. And they're really not trying. They're doing it.
I was gonna say exactly that.
Yeah,
So
what?
we need this energy. I said I was gonna say exactly like I was gonna say the same thing. They're not trying, they're doing. But we need the same energy. It's kind of like when someone passes away, and up until the time of the funeral, everyone's how are you? How are you? How are you? Hugs, 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 flowers everywhere. But then, you know, the weeks go by and things quiet down. That's when people that are mourning and grieving really need the support the most.
Right.
So right now, everyone is feeling what they're feeling. The emotions are high, but it's when things kind of settle down and they think that we've forgotten about it. That's when this energy is worth the most. Like it's the most valuable because we need to remind everyone about what we're feeling right now. The same thing that you're saying, this is all true. Like this is happening, but we can't keep the attitude of, well, they're just going to keep doing it. Yeah, they're going to keep doing it until they're not. And
Right.
we all know that what would really change based on how things have happened in the past is that when boys that look like them and their sons and their nephews and whatever are getting killed by police, that's when there'll be real reform. They'll shut the whole police system down then, but we don't have to wait for that. I'm not saying that this is something that you go and start doing and put a plan in motion and then you see results. No, you have to be patient. Put on your comfortable shoes because we gonna be out there fighting for a while. I don't think that I'm gonna
Absolutely.
see real change in my lifetime, but I'll do what I'm doing and I'll continue to do it until there's no more breath in my lungs because I have to leave a better situation for my kids and for
That's
my
right.
grandkids.
That's right.
But
That's exactly right.
that's that momentum, everything that you're saying is true. But just come back 2 weeks from now, a month from now, and you know, keep doing that to keep everyone focused.
And this is a part of my family, my home. This is where I am. If I'm not feeling too well, maybe I don't be here, but I'm constantly in the fight, right along with my brothers and sisters here, and we must keep this going. And another thing we have to do, family, we have to start building generational wealth for our families. It's going to take wealth to help us get up out of this situation so we can buy land, we can grow our own foods. We got to separate. The worst thing happened to us was when we integrated into this nonsense, because there was more focus and unity. We listen, our kids were smarter because they was taught by us. They was raised and taught by us, fed by us. You know what I mean? So the stuff that we're putting in our bodies is not coming from us, not being produced by us. These chemical reactions cause us to act a certain way, speak a certain way, do things out of the ordinary. These people are playing in many different ways that we don't even realize. Okay, I love y'all. I know I get your hand off my shoulder, Fred. Hey, I love y'all, man. You know, I have to get in, man, and speak my love, man, for my people. I love y'all, and I'm gonna do this to the day I die.
Oh.
All right, peace, man. I love y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Can you elaborate on? Well, that's not really. That's definitely not important. So, why did they not grant him a release on his own recognizance?
I mean, he's a murderer now. He's convicted.
Oh, he's a murderer. Okay.
But
okay, gotcha.
I think a lot of people, I'm glad they showed that. You got to see a lot more during this trial. And that's why I'm always like, y'all got to ask questions because I don't necessarily recognize what is, you know, a moment of like, whoa, yeah. But then when people were asking, I was like, oh, yeah, you don't normally see that. But the attorney asked for his bond to be revoked and for him to be remanded, taken into custody right then. If the state did not ask for that, it's not something that automatically happens. The state automatically does it, just like, you know, moving for a mistrial, certain objections, all those things are standard, but just because they're standard doesn't mean that you're preserving, you know, your rights on appeal even if you don't say it. No, you have to still do it. So he's a convicted murderer. He's been found guilty, but I don't know if you guys have ever heard stories about when someone is found guilty, so they're convicted, but they like die or get killed or something before the sentencing. That it's not complete then. That conviction doesn't technically go on their record because it's not fully complete. I think a football player did that kind of recently, maybe in the last decade, to preserve a pension or something.
Yeah, Antonio Hernandez. No, something Hernandez from the. You're right, from the New England Patriots.
So I don't know why that example just popped into my head, but it's not complete. However, the jury has that power to say guilty or not guilty. They say guilty, guilty, guilty. There's no scenario where that's why the judge was like, yeah, take him into custody. Like, they knew that was going to happen, but to see it was like, wait, what? So but he's on bond. Yeah, but that's why the state asked for it to be revoked. How you just let a murderer just go free? That's absurd. Anybody's a flight risk then. You gonna convict me and then still let me go home? Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm 5,000. Like, I'm out of here. So, but I was glad that you got to see all that.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna, take the cameras away, walk him to the back. No, put him in cuffs. He's not an officer.
That was my satisfaction, like seeing him, but seeing him not know the own law because he put his hands behind his back too soon. You see that? And then they came back. I was like so satisfied when I saw them. Man, that was my joy, man. See him walk away and see his classmates take him in the back, and that was
his classmates,
his co-workers, you know what I mean? Like, I was very, that made me smile a little bit, man, because Aaron Hernandez was the football player's name.
That's it, yeah.
And
I think they need to put him in general population. Like, why would you get protective custody? You're not an officer. You were convicted. According to what the chief and everyone else is saying, he violated, this is not what, a lot of that is to preserve their liability for civil suit too. It's not gonna work, but you can't say, oh, well, you're fired, you're not a cop, but then still give him certain protections. No, get out there. Keep that same energy.
Right. Yeah, the phone line's open, guys. What do you know what happens inside the prison, like in terms of protective custody and stuff like that? I don't know.
It definitely depends on like each jail, prison, whatever, but typically protective custody is pretty close to solitary confinement. So he can't be with the general population. So that, it's not going to be as restrictive as, like we hear of or see on TV of people that are in solitary and they get to go outside for a couple minutes, an hour a day, if that. Some don't even go out every day, shower once a week, stuff like that. He'll probably get that if he's in protective custody, but you still are in a cell by yourself, isolated from everyone else. You don't get to just go outside and play basketball with everyone like you're in protective custody. But I don't know. Maybe they have a special prison for cops that rarely are convicted of whatever. So I don't know.
Do you know what happens like on the appeal? So what happens can you walk us through the appeal process now?
So it's going to drag it out, but so civil, if I sue someone and we win, let's say we win $1 million and the other side appeals the verdict, I don't get the money until after all, remedies are exhausted. But that's not to say, yeah, they have to, usually have to put it like in a interest-bearing trust account. So set it aside, like you have to have the money in order to be able to appeal it. But yeah, I mean, with tobacco cases, those cases drag on and on and on. And I mean, there were a couple times where the person doesn't survive by the time the money comes out, or we're fighting, hard to try to push this along. Like, can you please decide this? Like, this person is literally on their last leg. Like, let them see, their justice. Like, let them get this check in their hand, even though they won't really get time to spend it. So for a criminal, that's not the same. So that's why he was taken into jail. So they still have remedies. They're still going to appeal it. So I know we were talking about Maxine Waters. I mean, that's probably going to be in the appeal, because the judge even said, that might be a basis for your appeal, but I'm going to deny your mistrial. So there's just various things throughout the trial that, things that were said even in the opening statement that they may have objected to. And so in the response, the state is going to point out the things that they also did. So it evens it out in the court. So that's where the judge comes in during the trial. And a lot of it is up to the judge, like the judge's discretion with regard to how he wants to run his trial. So there are only certain types of violations, we'll say, that warrant the appellate court to review it and to say okay, this judge should not do something right. This judge should not apply the law correctly. This judge should not, rule correctly on this particular issue because it's clear. But if it's up to the trial court's discretion, it's really hard to overturn the judge's decision. But it's just a practice. They're going to appeal it, and they're going to say that he didn't have a fair trial, that it was all in the news, that the jurors went home every day and there's no way they were able to ignore it, that Maxine Waters said this, and they're just going to bring out every little thing. It literally is going to be like dumping the entire kitchen sink and hope that, kind of like how the defense did the trial, just throwing everything out there and let's see what sticks. Right. And then hoping that the appellate court will take review of it and then see if anything was egregious enough to where I have to go back to trial and try it again.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't think that's the case, but you just never know.
What's the potential impact of Maxine Waters' comments?
I actually didn't hear her say it. I only heard about it after the fact today. Mm-hmm. I don't know. This is not politically correct, but I just am so sick of everything that we do being so just, oh my gosh, it affects the entire world when it's, bad. It's just so terrible. But Trump is still not in jail, and he incited an entire coup, a riot, and literally said it. We have that on video of him saying that. So when y'all are dealing with that, then we could deal with whatever she said. But I mean, like I said, I didn't hear actually what she said or how she said it, but I heard that she, said that we have to get out there and get violent or something. I don't know.
Be more aggressive. I think the term was be more aggressive.
Oh, I hope she said be more aggressive, because that's what we do need to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, they're going to try it. I don't think that be more aggressive or what we need to do or her talking to her community is a bad thing that should affect an entire trial. But I appreciate people like her, because that's what happens a lot of times, because people are going to say as soon as they start coming out saying more and talking more about the judge saying that or implying that there may be some basis for a mistrial, or not a mistrial, sorry, but for them to bring that up on appeal because of what she said. When people start talking about it, I can't wait to be involved in those conversations, because no, we're not going to discourage that. We need that type of aggressive, strong leadership in our community. And just because something may be able to be flipped one way or the other, I'm sick of being silenced about, what we have to say. And we're right. She is right. So we'll see. I think it'll go away. I don't think that her saying we need to be more aggressive is anything, but whatever.
So how long is the process? Is it literally 8 weeks to the conviction, and then you go through the appeal process, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so
it's not finalized, but they'll close the case after the sentence. The criminal case will be closed, and then that's when they'll do a notice of appeal. It's going to take months, though.
It's going to take months. Okay, so the appeal goes. How long does that take? And it's a new judge and a new jury, right?
Well, the appeal is just briefing. So you don't automatically just get a new trial. Basically, the defense attorney will file a notice of appeal, and that triggers a timeline, whatever it is there, and whatever it is for criminal. So they will have a certain amount of time to get the entire file. So the clerk has to certify the entire file, which is huge file. So that's going to take a while. And it has to basically be transferred to the appellate court. And then there's, like I said, a timeline built in. Once that's done, they have however much time to submit their appellate brief. And their brief will outline all the bases they claim for why this trial was not done properly. The defendant's rights were violated. He was prejudiced, whatever. And then they'll serve that, and then the other side, so the state, will have a certain amount of time to respond to that. And then the defense can do like a rebuttal or whatever, come back and say, address anything that they brought up that's new. And then the court will just take what's on the pleading. They can ask for oral argument, but the court has to say, yes, like, yeah, I think we need oral argument for this. Like, both sides can request it, but it's not automatic. And then if the court says no to oral argument, that means that it's just going to be decided on what they're providing, like the documents. So it's going to be the briefs and whatever exhibits they cite to. So we often cite to like the trial transcript. So every single thing that was said in trial is black and white on paper. Gotcha. So you cite to the trial transcript, like literally everything in the brief will have to be cited to something. Cite to, trial date this, page this, line this. And, other things like witness testimony, or if they say, this witness said this in the deposition and the judge didn't let me, bring this up to impeach the witness, and this was detrimental because blah, 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 then they'll cite to the depo. So.
We got Drew Titan. Drew Titan said it'll take months and we still won't have a date for Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. That's a fight. That's upcoming boxing.
I figured that much out.
Okay, we got H Money in the building. What's up, H?
Yo, what's good? What's good, Fred? How you feeling?
How you feel, man?
Man, I'm feeling real good. Today is a day that we celebrate justice. You know what I mean? We deserve it. We deserve it. George Floyd, he did nothing wrong, Fred. He did nothing wrong. He was minding his business. Police officer killed him. Police brutality been going on for years in America. We seen what happened to Rodney King in Los Angeles. You understand me, Fred? Malcolm X, you know what I mean? Spoke out against this a long time ago. Martin Luther King spoke out against this. And we still dealing with it till this day. Like Deontay Wilder said, Fred. You know what I mean? And George Floyd, man, was a legend. He will always be remembered. Shout out to Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery. Absolutely, Fred. We can't forget about them. So many other people, that lost their lives because of the police. They get away with it all the time. Why is that? Why do they get away with this type of behavior? You can't, Fred, if that's you. What if that was you that was jogging that day and got killed, Fred? That could have been you. You do it every day. You running, you working out. Somebody comes up, pull up on you, and kill you and get away with it. They was out of jail. They knew that man killed Ahmaud Arbery, and he was at home. Him and his son at home. Chilling, man. And this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, Fred. You know what I mean? Tomorrow is not promised. Deacon 305, he had a great call. I appreciate Deacon 305, Fred, what he brings to the community. This is a community right here. I remember when Ahmaud Arbery died. You came to the barbershop and you cried that day for that man. You didn't know him. You never met him, but you felt the pain as a black man. You understand the struggle. And Fred, I just wanted to say this. And brother Real Rap reached out. He wants to call in and talk about this, if that's possible, if that's okay with you, Fred. You know what I mean? I think this is a community. You know what I mean? If the brother did something wrong, he will apologize. You know what I mean? If that's cool with you, Fred.
Sure.
Thank you, Fred. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
All the time. Yeah, that Ahmaud Arbery case touched me a great deal because I'm a workout enthusiast. And just the fact that, I live in a well-to-do neighborhood, and just the fact that he's running by a cascade of homes You know what I mean? Like,
What?
like, you know what I mean? It just made no sense to me. Like, that shouldn't even be the mentality. I mean, respectfully speaking, you know. So, but it's that hurt my heart, man. And yeah, man, I just want that motherfucker to go away. I want that. I ain't gonna lie. I want that motherfucker to be dead in 3 years, man. Like, you know what I mean? I want stories to get out like R. Kelly. You know what I mean? They got him. You know what I mean? Or that guy that they said they got him with the pole. What's the guy's name? About 15 years ago, they got him with they got him with the pole. The white boy. They stuck it up his rectum.
I feel like that's happened more than once.
Yeah, it probably has, but I can't recall the name, but I know he was like a marked man who's gonna be first, you know. So yeah, man.
Well, there's a celebration for Ahmaud Arbery. The main location is in Atlanta. It's the weekend of May 8th.
Uh-huh.
They're having it in other, I'll send you the flyer because there's other like ones in Kentucky. There's several, New York.
They're
but
running.
Huh?
They're gonna run? Or what?
It's a bunch of stuff going on.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So I'm probably gonna go to Atlanta for that.
Oh, you're going to Atlanta?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's dope. Jeffrey Dahmer, you everywhere.
Listen, I want to just be in my bed, but I want to hibernate like a bear. Seriously,
you be moving, dog.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go for that one. But I'm sure there's probably one in LA. I'll send you the flyer. I can't remember everywhere.
I'll Google the hashtag and all that, and I'm sure it'll definitely pop up. So what's the chances of that 12 and a half years getting diminished like to like 5 years or 3 years, or is that possible? Because he was a cop and you know, it's a public service job, whether as opposed to the other side, he's in uniform, he should be taxed double for what he did.
Right. You're supposed to be a professional. That's a whole nother discussion. I could literally talk an hour about that because police is like the one profession where as soon as they put on that suit, you're supposed to say sir and ma'am, and it's supposed to come with a level of respect that they don't even have to earn, but yet they don't have to go to school as long as any other professional. I did a nail tech course when I was in high school to be like certified nail tech cosmetology course or whatever, and I'm pretty sure I went to school longer than cops do. And every profession that I know, like we have to carry malpractice insurance. If I misbalance my trust account, I can be reprimanded by the bar. If I make a mistake with the client and ruin their chances in court, and they might have, you know, maybe they were going to get $10,000, but I got to pay for that if it's found that like I messed up. So, but they can just tote a gun and take people's lives, and it's okay. So, I actually will look into that some more about the sentencing because I'm curious too. And the sentencing, you know, if it was a couple of days from now, a week from now, then I'll just be like, we'll just wait and see. But it's a ways down the road, so we're not going to forget about this, and we're going to keep thinking about it and wanting to know. But pretty much, it depends on what the guidelines are. So if it gives like a bracket, it says that it has to be between this and this. But for the judge determining, you know, that the facts that we talked about allow for him to go beyond the 12 and a half, then he has to stay within that window because that's what the guidelines are. But I want to know like what the guidelines, what are the other factors? I know it's always criminal record, it's always your convictions, your prior convictions, but I want to know what else is being considered because a maximum of 40 years, but it can go as low as 12 and a half when you are responsible for like killing someone. This is not manslaughter. I was reaching for my cell phone and accidentally killed somebody, you know, in my car. This is not that. It's intentional. So but I will look into that more to see like how low he could go.
All right, we got a call. Hey, what's up?
Fred, what's good with it?
Hey, what's up?
All right, look, let's start it off right, man. You know how we do it. As a man, bro, look, I did reach out to H Money. And
Don't worry
as
about
a
it. Just
man,
go on with your comment. We got a guest in the building.
all
But go ahead.
right, for sure. And let's salute to the guests. But no, I'm gonna still do it right. I'm gonna apologize to you, but we need to talk offline. So let me get to the issue at hand. In my opinion, bro, I'm not gonna go on the Indian perspective. I'm just do this as a melanated black man, bro, so-called black man. The thing with it is this: did a family in America get justice? Absolutely. All right. So salute to the Floyd family that got justice for the one, but I'm still waiting on justice for Alton Sterling. I'm still waiting on justice for Philandro Castile and a whole slew of names that I can't name them all, man. You know what I'm saying? But Alton Sterling holds close to me because I'm from his area, Louisiana. And the whole thing with it is this: y'all said some great things. I've been listening to the show, and in my opinion, no disrespect, it's a win for the family. His family can celebrate tonight. I cannot celebrate as a melanated so-called black man in America because we're not winning. Because all I hear from the lawyer and people that call in, no disrespect, is they, this, them, putting blame on other people. All right. And Deacon had a great call. I love Deacon. I've been talking to Deacon since, you know it. So the whole thing is, and salute to Deacon. And salute to Triple OG, man. Salute, I know you're listening. The whole thing is this, man. Until, like, I had to look at myself and correct a lot of mistakes, man. A lot of issues. I'm going through a lot. I'm on my way to Tennessee right now for my preliminary trial. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make a lot of look in the mirror and see I'm pushing more people away than trying to build. I started to become so-called toxic. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, as a people, we cannot keep lying to ourselves on this internet. All right? I know people here are real. There's some real feelings and some real ones that want real change, like how Deacon said. But you have to be the change that you looking for, man. It's simple. Just like me. You know what I'm saying? If at the end of the day, if we're gonna keep lying to ourselves and making the issue white people, when we do the worst bastard shit to ourselves first, then ain't shit gonna change. And I don't care who don't like that. And that's me being with all due respect. Nothing will change because number one, y'all want to know why black people don't get justice for the most part? Because black is what y'all say legally dead. The lawyer will tell you, but nobody gives you a reference point as to where. It's called civil liter mortuus. Civil, spell civil, eater, and then mortuus. Civil liter mortuus, man. Simple. Google search. And the reason is because we're legally dead because our people gave up on their tribal rule. And it's all I'll say on that. You know what I'm saying? You want to know more? Do your fucking research. The end of the day is this: if the melanated man is the original man, then you had to blame yourself, melanated man, for your fuck up because you taught the white boy this shit. You taught the white woman this shit, and you taught them too goddamn good, and they use the shit on us now. Why? And what's the main thing that they do to keep us from coming together? Distractions, keep us disorganized, keep us arguing over stupid shit. At the end of the day, I had to realize I can't tell nobody shit until real rap cleans up real rap's motherfucking house. And at the end of the day, man, I don't care what people do behind closed doors. It's not my business. But don't say that you're for your people and you're not procreating with your people. That's my only problem, man. And that's my personal opinion. Everybody else is open to their opinion. You're open to your life. I'm not here to tell nobody how to live their life. But if we're gonna come together as so-called black people, bro, let's stop the fucking bullshit and really come together. I got niggas' numbers on in real time, real life. I don't talk to you niggas online and never talk to y'all again. What the fuck type of building is that? If it all went down today, it's my last point, Fred, now get off. If it all went down today, are we organized? Would we take heavy casualty? Would we even win? Would it be considered a fucking win? Are we gonna really come together, or are we gonna fucking bullshit? I want to swallow my fucking pride and apologize to Fred on a national fucking platform. I want to swallow my pride and apologize to DB and anybody in the chat that I've ever disrespected. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't disrespect you, and my opinion was strong, then that's your problem. But if I literally disrespected you, real rap apologizes, and that's to everybody, Reggie included. So H Money salute. Thank you to H Money, man. That's my dog. Salute to Bill Haney. Salute to Devin. Salute to all the great so-called black boxers out there, all the great athletes, entertainers, all the great people that are regular. Salute to all y'all, because y'all make this shit pop. That's my call, Fred. Peace, man. Appreciate you.
What's the solution? I mean, that's pretty. I think that's what he may have been alluding to in the chat was like, lit lawyer, MK Ultra. MK Ultra got you.
I was like, did it freeze? Because my computer's about to die. So I was like, oh shoot, did it freeze?
Oh well, go ahead. You want to give your closing remarks?
I don't sit here and pretend to have all the answers, and anyone that claims to have all the answers, just stop listening to them right now, because no one does, and no one ever did. That's why even back when we did have more sound leadership, there wasn't just one person. It was a group of people that came together, and you had leaders amongst that, each of those groups that emerge, and we can relate to some, all, whatever. But the solution is to stop this pointing the finger and nitpicking on little stuff about little words that were said, and just jumping on, whatever position you want to be in, and then advocating for that position tooth and nail. At the end of the day, we need to figure out, it's clear for me, but we need to figure out what our agenda is, and everyone needs to get comfortable with knowing their place. Everyone is not a leader. Everyone's not a public speaker. Everyone is not, someone that can write well, or someone that you listen, but some people are laborers. Some people, when I protest, I'm amazed that, like, you wouldn't think that that's a thing that you can be good at, but there are just some people where you need to be here. Like, your presence, like, you just steal this away. So if people were just more comfortable and more secure in being whatever they're good at, whatever they enjoy, whatever they want to do, and then we all come together, then we'll have every role being fulfilled. So what I won't do is I won't sit here and say that Black people taught them anything. We didn't teach them anything for them to flip back on us. At the end of the day, even when people in my community do things that I don't appreciate, that I don't like, I still try to find ways to reach them, to communicate to them, to change their opinion, because it still stems from the bullshit that our ancestors have had to endure for hundreds of years. And you cannot ignore systematic racism. You cannot ignore the brainwashing that has occurred. And if you are unaware of it, there's books. I can literally write out a list right now of the top 5 books that you should read, because you just have to understand that history, because then it'll make sense. I can tell you how many times I've had conversations with people that say, well, if he would have done this, then it's like, okay, well, have you not seen the instances where he didn't do that and then that still happened? Then they'll say, well, if you would just be more polite, or, oh, if you would just, basically like go to school, get a good job, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just so sick of hearing that, because before being a lawyer, I was a teacher, and I taught kids that there was nowhere in the city that you could have lived where you lived more than, 5-10 minutes from the beach. They had never been to the beach. They had never been to a shopping mall. All they knew were their 2 streets of their neighborhood. And we have TV. Yeah, they can see Obama as president, but they don't look, no one like that is going to look at Barack Obama and say, oh, I can be president now because he's Black and I'm Black, and that's enough. No, they still look at that and say, yeah, but that's for them, not for me. So we need to learn what we can learn and then pass it along. We need to make it a priority to build up our community, and we need to stop phrasing things or, coming off in such a way of, well, you are saying this wrong or you're doing this wrong. No, let's talk about it. Let's figure out what's the best way for us to handle this. If you learn something, a trade, a skill, whatever, let's pass it along. Put it out for free. Stop trying to make money off of, these whatever the things are that they sell on Instagram. Let's make it more about our community and stop trying to climb the ladder in their community. I talk all the time and say that I wish that we didn't fight so hard. Well, they didn't, back in the day, they didn't fight so hard for integration, to be a part of what they had established, and we just stayed on our own. But they tried to do that too. That didn't work out. We know how Black Wall Street ended up. But they did the best they could with the knowledge that they had, and they tried to do something to make it better for generations to come. So now here we are. We have the knowledge that we have. What can we do? We all need to ask ourselves that, because what I can do is different from what you can do, is different from what he can do, is different from what she can do. So every single person here that is about the cause, whether you are Black or whether it's an ally and you truly want to, but I have a couple friends that they are more in the streets than people that look like me. So I think that we just need to pass that question along, because I'm not going to sit here and give you a by the book answer, because that's not my style. And it would be bullshit, because no one has all the answers. Now I can talk about strategies. I can talk about what things we need to put in place to work towards that solution, to work towards getting where I think we can be and we need to be. But I don't know. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming in here tonight.
Okay, appreciate y'all too.
Yeah, thank you so much. And by the way, just a lighter note before we get back in there. So we had a conversation this week about men that wear tight jeans.
Okay.
If what do you do mentally or physically if you're going on a date and a man picks you up with jeans tighter than yours?
Like what does that make me think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I would have known that before we went on a date, so I would not be in that situation.
Okay. All right.
I think that if I was just caught off guard, I would still go on the date, because that's just too much of a judgment. And sometimes, people might be trying to do what they think is stylish, but 9 times out of 10, I don't think that's gonna be a match for me.
Okay. Yeah, because
I don't think joking, but I mean, I don't know. I think that's the generation right below me.
Yeah, it is. Well, for me. I don't know about you, but anyways, it was in the chat. Someone said, Mike Weary the Great said, I ain't arguing with nobody. A man wearing a purse or something like that. So
you had on too tight jeans?
Not me. No, we just have I don't wear tight jeans, but I'm just saying that's what the conversation was going on in the chat. Anyways, man, we appreciate you coming in at a moment's notice. Thank you so much. And I'll be leaning on you obviously much more in the summer. I mean, in the later dates. Thank you.
Okay. I'll come back anytime. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you, Natasha. Thank you. Peace. Thank you. Thank you, man. She came in at a moment's notice, man. I appreciate Natasha, because I the whole trial, I was going through her stories every day, just getting like the Cliff Notes version, because I was, like I told you, I did my best not to emotionally attach to me, because if I would have watched one day, I would have watched every day, and it would have fucking took me to a place where I would have been waiting on today. And, thank God it went the way that it should have gone, and make sure y'all go follow her on Instagram. She's active, man. She in them streets, traveling on planes, spending her own money. Yeah. So I suggest that y'all do that. The Lit Lawyer. So feel free to call in. Feel free to beam in. I know there's a lot of emotions out there, and feel free to call in. Yeah. She's in the state of Florida. So so feel free to beam in, call in. And I think that they released the footage of that young girl. Someone just sent it to me. On my Instagram. But I'm not gonna watch it. But I'm pretty sure if you Google it. So someone give the chat the Cliff Notes version, if you don't mind. Just Google it. Obviously, I don't know the young lady's name yet, but yeah, feel free to do what you do. Like where I think. Oh yeah, yeah. She cold, man. Oh, Natasha. Oh yeah, she beautiful, man. Yeah, definitely beautiful. You know what I mean? Whew. Yeah, it's like one of them breaths you take, like, like you've been working out all day. You just ran a half marathon, and you finally get off your feet, or you worked your second job. Some of the girls, you might take your bra off. You know what I mean? You're just like, whew. I know the emotion is not the same, but you just want to just let out one of them primal screams or them primal roars. Yeah, man. It's interesting. What up, Aeon Jack? What you got, man? What's up, man?
What's going on, Fred?
How you feel?
I'm chilling, big dog. Sawadi from Thailand.
I know. What's up?
Hopefully you well. Man, just chilling. I just want to say, send my love to all the brothers out there. Hopefully y'all is good. And I just want to say that basically I don't want us to get distracted. There could be another brother or another sister still killed tomorrow in the same manner as George Floyd was. Don't expect because one of them got, a sentence. Don't expect that things is really going to change. We must be proactive, and we must start to prepare ourselves. So, that's basically what I wanted to say. Just show love to everybody that's in the chat, and to you, Fred, as well, for just having this show and being the man that you are.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for staying up with us. What time is it over there?
It's about like 12 o'clock here.
And y'all completely closed off. People can't come in and people can't get out of that country, right?
Yeah, we totally locked down over here. So I'm like literally totally locked in my apartment. I can only go out for groceries at this moment in time.
Wow, they not playing like that. True.
Everybody got masks on. If they catch you on the street without a mask, you're gonna lose some money. You might do like a year in prison. So
wow,
it's a real thing. They're not playing, but we'll see how that affects COVID.
Yeah, y'all cases are down though, right?
Yeah, we have in comparison to what y'all got back home, it's like maybe about 2,000, 3,000 cases, something like that.
Oh, that's super low.
It's super low, but their risk is a greater potential. So they don't have the infrastructure like the United States does. They don't have the medicines like the United States does. They get the numbers that you do. It's like a mass extinction event over here. So they just can't afford to risk it. So they have to be more proactive.
Right. Did they give y'all any clemency on like mortgage payments, rent payments, car payments, anything like that?
We'll be finding out about that very soon, but for the most part, they're still expecting you to handle your business, even though, the jobs and everything, it's completely shut down and everything like that. You still got to pay your bills. So we'll see if they're going to do any, what is that called? Mandatory or whatever that's called, where the government allows for you not to have to pay your rent and stuff like that. We'll see what they do. But as far as me personally, I can afford to pay mine, so it's not really a problem. But yeah, a lot of people are really going through it right now.
I bet. Bless them.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I appreciate
and
you.
Yeah, hey, Fred, when you gonna get the barbershop fight nights going on? When we gonna start doing some YouTube fights, man?
That'll be dope, right? That'll be dope.
I'm saying though, you the man with the power. You know what I'm saying? So you can get that done. You can sign me up too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing.
Yeah, done deal. We'll get you
for
a
sure.
cyber fight. A guy from New York. Yeah, you just got to slip
whatever
when he throws,
Whatever.
You missed the joke, man, but it's cool. It was corny. It was terrible anyway. It was terrible anyway. Terrible. Don't worry about it. That was a coon.
I feel you. Hey, but
yeah,
brother Fred, you know what? I just want to say I really salute you, big brother.
Thank you.
We come from the same area. You know what I'm saying? I always love that you repping the Crenshaw. I'm from Gardena, first off, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and West Coast, you know what I'm saying?
West
Much
side,
love, though.
all the time, big homie.
All right, then, bro.
Appreciate you, King. He in the sunshine over there, man. It's 12 o'clock over there for him, man. Oh, man. Barbershop Fight Club be dope. Hey, Jordan, beam in, man. I mean, call in. Call in and please share. I'm not gonna watch it. It's too soon, man. I'm not. If I do watch it, it'll be next. I'm not gonna say it. I don't know. But she was running away from the police, so they shot her in the back. Damn. Damn. Whoosh. She had a big old knife. Yeah. It's about to go viral anyway. It's gonna be on Instagram. It's on Instagram now. That video gonna do millions of views tonight. On various platforms. Oh, it's just tough that it happens on a day like this, right? Yeah, it's just, yeah, man. We'll get it popping though. May 1st. King Randall's coming to town and he's teaming up with the shop. All parties involved. Bring your son. Go to my Instagram, Patty's Instagram. Have you posted it yet, DB? I'm not sure if DB's posted it yet. Go to DB's Instagram, and if you in LA, come on out May 1st. From 1 to 3, come out. I'll have the address. I'll be promoting it. And come on out, man. We're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna work on getting the food and stuff. So waters and all that stuff. So it should be a cool event, man. It feels cool to partner up with somebody who just want to serve the community, which is great. So yeah, shout out to DB for that connect for sure. You'll post it tonight for sure. So I'll bring it up in a minute. Nobody's calling in tonight. Phones. I understand. I get it. But if you want to beam in, you can beam in. You're more than welcome to beam in. So DB, you just want to have a conversation, DB? Since no one wanted. What's up, man? Fresh? Welcome back, man. I know you listening from time to time. I'm glad you're back in the chat. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I guess DB and I talk. It's 11 o'clock anyway. Yeah, that Ahmaud Arbery situation, man, that shit was heart wrenching for me, man. Sheesh. I do that, and the funny thing, and I'll tell you another reason why I do that all the time. I will walk in on someone's house in a heartbeat, or I wouldn't say not necessarily the house, but the property line. Like I will invite myself on their property line. I did it the other day. I went and picked Lincoln up from school. I went right onto the property and looked at the house and looked at some ideas and I wouldn't say pretended. I mean, if the house was right, Brandon, you want to beam in, right? Yeah. Brandon, I know you asked earlier. I didn't see you, but I'm notorious for that, man. See people doing some reconstruction where it's not like, where it looks open. I'll go in a heartbeat, no lie. And so that really hit home for me. Like, like the nerve of a man to say, I own this whole fucking city. What are you doing running? Yeah. So yeah, that one hit home for me for real in a major way. So yeah, that was rough. Yeah, I be peeking in windows, all that shit. Like, I want to see the floor plan. So yeah, but shit rough. I still think twice. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny, P Good? I think that too every time I jog. That's probably why I don't change my running route. You know what I mean? Like if I don't want to change my running route. A car runs by me, I accelerate to a tree. It's weird, man. This fucking traumas you gotta live with. It's funny. The traumas that I see you I see you, B. The traumas that we actually gotta live with. You know what I mean? Is like how do people survive this shit? You know what I mean? I get you in a second. And what's up, man?
Peace. What up, Fred? Shout
How you
out to the
feeling, man?
shop. Shout out to the third.
Yeah, your voice sounds
Um,
better, man.
yeah, thank you, man. I was a little, you know how it is when you're traveling.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I feel
what I noticed is you came in hot today. I mean, you came in hot talking about comparing to Donald Trump into what Maxine Waters did. I could just say sometimes, Fred, you are correct, but I could just say sometimes, Fred, it just be a little too early. Even though I understood where you was coming from, and I agree with you 100%. One politician did one thing and said the exact same thing and got different results. And then the next politician says it, but we hold one politician accountable. We don't hold the next politician. That's not, that's a bias, and that's us taking sides, which is not the position that black people should be taking. I don't think we should take sides with the side that wants to see us free and the side that wants to help us get to where we need to be. That's what I believe. I don't believe in
there's never a wrong time for the truth. I think people digestive systems are different.
I
Uh,
agree. It
and
didn't bother me, but I see
no,
you.
but I was
You
making a
triggered.
point of how we're brainwashed. I was making a point because what Maxine Waters said will harm black people.
That's a fact.
I don't want I want structure. Like I don't like honestly, like for real. So, my business partner called me. I was on my way home. He says, "What you gonna do if it's not guilty?" I says, "I'm gonna raise my fucking son. I'm gonna raise my daughter
That's right, Fred.
because I'm tired. Like I'm exhausted from marching, and I'm just tired of that shit. You know, what I mean, I'm just tired of not
And
getting
I don't want
results.
to bash Maxine Waters, but Maxine Waters kind of hurt me when she dropped the ball on the Rick Ross CIA drug investigation. I didn't live in South. You lived in South Central. Do you remember her coming to the? She came to some community center in the '90s with the director of the CIA when it came out. When it came out that they were tied directly into spread putting crack in the black community? Do you remember that, Fred, at all?
I remember that press conference. I visually remember that press conference. I
The
don't
head of the
remember.
CIA came to South
Yeah, I
Central with
remember.
Maxine Waters. I think it was in a gym, some type of gym. But long story short, do you know that they had the CIA on the hook and nothing happened? Like that swept right under the rug. Nothing happened. So I always would want to get in a room with her and ask her, why didn't you follow up on that or what happened? But I don't want to bash the woman. What she
It's
does
not
for good
bashing.
is
I don't think I see. I think people misconstrue what bashing is.
mhm.
Bashing is
So it didn't sound like I was bashing her because I'm not trying to do that. I'm just spitting
no. I
facts
don't
and
think
talking
no.
about
I don't think.
okay.
Listen, I'll say this, and I don't think if you're telling a truth, I don't think there's no wrong time to discuss the truth. People may say, I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't want to deal with it. I wasn't making a conversation about that. I was making the point that how media will fool us. Media is gonna
Facts.
fool us, and then and then now they got us going in circles. So I think that's the key because at the end of the day, the most important thing that the video that I said was Joe Biden says systemic racism in America. He knows.
They all
So if
know,
you
Fred. They
don't,
help maintain the system. I think they. Here's the thing. We
that's
think
the
that
point
they're
I'm making.
ignorant. about racism. They created it. They maintain it. They have a system every day in place where they maintain this system. It's like a computer server. They have technicians to maintain this computer server, which is white supremacy, every single day, no matter if the people who maintain the system, if they die, they train other people to come in right behind them and keep maintaining the system. So I've never believed it that white people were ignorant about it. I believe that if Joe Biden and I believe if they wanted racism to end in America, it'll end tomorrow. If they wanted it to, it'll end tomorrow. Because think about it, we have a model for it, and I'm gonna get off the line. In Germany, the popular party in the 30s was the Nazi Party, correct? Correct. The Nazi Party is what you would call outlawed in Germany. You will not see any Nazi symbols. You will not see anything related to that. And they outlawed the flags. They outlawed any speech, any clothing, anything. And if you have that, the penalty is severe. That's the model that we can use to kill racism in America. I just believe that white people don't want racism killed. When white people get tired of racism, or when they decide that racism is over, it's over. Period. Because they gonna be the ones to enforce it. Outside of that, Fred, shout out to the third. Great conversation. And I'm going back in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody. The whole barbershop.
Yeah. And you know what I think too, before you go, it's not on them, it's on us.
Fred, they have the power.
No, we have the power. We can
No, Fred. They have the power, Fred.
They have the power.
Fred.
Yeah, I'm not giving them that much power over me. Yeah,
Fred, you didn't give it to them. They have it, Fred. If they decide that you don't leave your house in the morning and you can never make another dime, then that's what happens to you, and nobody's gonna do nothing about it.
I don't.
Fred, they have the power to restrict you. Fred, they do. They can come kick your door in right now, drag you out, and put you in jail right now. And there's nobody on this earth.
I'm one person.
Can kick hold on, they can kick everybody's door in South Central and every black person's door in the South Central and drag them out and take us to concentration camps, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. Nowhere on earth. Nobody. We got to destroy their system. They are what they are. I'm not just because you saying they powerful doesn't take away from you. It's just we just don't have the power that they have because we're subjugated to them in their system. So our job is to destroy their system and replace it with a system that looks more like the system we want to oppose. So
I don't believe that. No.
Oh, that's fine.
No, I'm just saying.
Fine.
No,
I mean, Fred, I tell you,
I'm not giving
once you keep
power.
living and keep. I didn't give it to them. They had it. I woke up in the war. I woke up with the wrong uniform on. My uniform is easy identified. I can't go blend in amongst regular society, the dominant society. So I didn't give them this power. I didn't give them this. Trust me, I didn't give them this. They had it when I entered this world, and this world was dominated by them when I got here. And they classified who and what I was when I got here. So my job is to try my best to be a tool to dismantle their world. But there's nowhere you can run. There's nowhere you can separate. There's nowhere. It's called global white supremacy. There's nowhere you can go that these people don't run it or you don't have to interface. What you can do is get a certain measure where you don't interface with them as much. But from my understanding of my studies, Fred, they dominate this world, and they are the supreme beings of this world. Whether you agree with it or not, they are. And their work shows it. We use their financial system. We believe with their religious systems, their ideas, reading, writing, learning, everything is a concept that comes from them, from what we understand. All of these concepts that we have, I learned how to read from them. I learned how to write from them. The basic judgments, the judgment that we have, the way we see each other, the way we interface with each other is all in relation because of their society. So I ain't giving them no power, Fred. They already got it. I just gotta what I gotta do is try my best to dismantle their system, and that's that.
Gotcha.
But outside of that, man, have a good one.
Appreciate you, B.
Shout out to the third. Peace.
All the time, man.
Yes, sir.
Mike. All right. Mike Weary the Great says racism isn't bad. We just want white approval. We got to practice racism and build for ourselves. And we got to wait, let me read this again. Racism isn't bad. We just want white approval. We got to practice racism and build for ourselves. We all ain't got to make it. It just build strong children. Really going in and out. But yeah, I mean, I've told you guys this before. Like, I don't really have a dominant person in my life. So I don't, outside of what I can control, I don't even go through life like, man, I gotta hope to do this. I gotta hope to do that. I understand, man, second grade reading level. Let's get that straight. Kindergarten. And I think that you don't ask for power. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you ask for forgiveness as opposed to permission, right? I just don't go into that with that mindset. So my mindset is different. I understand it from a logical sense. We go to their schools, we use their banking system. I understand that. So from that perspective, I mean, he's right. I just believe that if you have a level of independence outside of them, especially in a monetary perspective, you know, like even religion, like religion kind of keeps you docile and tame because like always think of stuff from a logical perspective, right? People were saying, thank God, thank God, thank God. If you're thanking God for the George Floyd decision, then God has failed you in the Rodney King case. Then God has failed you in Breonna Taylor, Philando Castile. The list goes, Ahmaud Arbery. So if God is the victor on this side, he's failed you on this side. And that's just pure logic. You know what I mean? So yeah, I read like that every night because I read all day, man. I read all, my eyes get tired. I'm old, you know what I mean? So so I think that so yeah, we speak their language. You're right. So from that perspective, Brandon is correct. Brandon is correct. Hey, what up? How you feel, man?
Yo,
Welcome
what's
back.
good with it, Fred?
Welcome back.
Yeah, this Aaron Fresh, man. Just wanted to touch on what the last caller was saying and everything. Of course, he makes logical sense to him, but he don't make logical sense to a nigga that grew up on the front lines. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've since I was a kid, I've always understood that death is a necessary thing that's just gonna happen. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you see it every day. If you grew up in the '90s, you were a child. Trauma is almost like second nature, to be real. If we're gonna be honest, you saw the shit on every block. If you live in Crenshaw, if you from Compton, shit, wherever the fuck you from Grave Street, you saw it on a consistent basis, week after week, day after day, the fights, the stabbings, the kills. So for somebody to say something like, oh, well, white people just so superior over us, they got that, man, we got to feel this crazy, quote unquote, psychotic nature. We just use it towards each other. If we would quit being scared towards them and use that same frustration that we do amongst each other on them, and we strategize and got ourselves together for real, we wouldn't have to worry about them. It wouldn't matter what kind of tanks, what kind of ARs they have, Dracos or robots or whatever people are scared of, grenades, whatever. We would be able to adapt and take over. But a lot of us, we too stuck on like a very minuscule mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like we only think in one little box. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not thinking outside the box on how big and how large we could scale just everything. You know what I'm saying? Not only monetarily, but military. Like, we don't have a military. All this trying to build wealth stuff, it kind of don't matter. And I'm going to bring up one reason why I think this way is because of Black Wall Street. I'm going to always come back to Black Wall Street. That's the clear-cut example that you could be killing it, doing your thing, you know what I'm saying, making a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all spreading the dollar amongst each other. Everybody, for the most part, getting along. You ain't got a whole bunch of infighting and all that bullshit. But if you have an entity that's focused solely on you and all they want to do is just, you know, kill you monetarily through their military, then there's something wrong with us not valuing military. So, Fred, I want you to touch on that real quick. Like, why don't we value military? Are we scared? Are we fearful of beating to submission mentally? Like, what is it where we not using the energy that we focus on each other and you know, how quick we are to hurt each other to not hurt that, you know, our quote unquote oppressor, our quote unquote, the person that's over us, as people want to call it, you know? If that makes any sense.
There is no religion in the Black community that's offensive.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one. You can say Christians, you can say Nation of Islam, you can say Catholicism. Nah, because at the end of the day, I think passivity, comfortability, wanting to be accepted, afraid to be independent, fearful of being, and I'm not saying as one person, I'm saying as a whole, being castigated as an outlier. You know what I mean? It's just, well, religion's been here since 0000 AD. You know what I mean? Catholicism's been here since such. So I don't see Christians on the front line saying eye for an eye. I don't see I don't know. Catholics read the Bible, right? Catholics read the Bible.
Yeah, they read the Bible.
They read the Bible. I don't see them saying, I don't see the Nation of Islam. I don't see them risking their lives. Like
I don't see it neither. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't.
You get what I'm saying? Right. So they're fighting vaccines now on the most part. So at the end of the day, I think no one as a whole, you may have individuals. May have individual Christians, you may have individual NOI members, individual Catholic members, but as a whole,
but not as a team is what you're trying to say, like as a whole unit. And that's what we mess up though, Fred. Like, it's just like with you, Fred. Everybody look at you as the man with the power. Like, they look at you as like an Al Heyman figure, right? That's cool and all, but why can't everybody take what Fred's doing and become as close as you can to Fred, meaning monetarily, thinking on a high level? Because then everybody's a team, then everybody can work as a unit, and we strong, we powerful. You understand what I'm saying? You indestructible when everybody thinks at least somewhat similar on a high level of, like, if somebody do something extreme to me, I'm gonna do something extreme to you. Does that make any sense? Just like you said, the eye for an eye. That's one part of the Bible, like, people just overlook, right? They just want to, you know, go over the really, really nicey nice parts of forgiveness, and we need to forgive. But I'm gonna tell you right now, my children are not for sale. Say it one more time. My children are not for sale. A lot of y'all have y'all children on a chopping block for sale, and that disturbs me more than anything. What I mean by that is, your child gets killed, you accept money so you can live. I'm the opposite. And I guess it's how I was raised, and I'm gonna sound crazy or psychotic to y'all. If you kill my child, I'm taking you, and I'm taking the people that even laughed it off or encouraged it or whatever. I'm killing everybody getting their issue, bruh. And you can call me crap, man. You not gonna kill my seed. You're not gonna kill. Like, I feel like we don't have that type of mentality no more. It's so much times that these kids getting killed by these, you know, these race soldiers, these police. And, you know, we rally, we get crazy, we get wild, you know, we breaking up shit. Go break that shit. I still haven't seen a brick go through a police officer. When people say, oh, well, you know what's going to happen to you, you got to do something. I'm talking about if that's your child. You know, I don't know what you would do, Fred, but it's just with me. I don't know, that's just your seed. Like if you fuck up my seed, you fuck up an innocent baby. Like I have to give you your issue. You know what I'm saying? You got to get your issue. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no fighting about it. I want your life. And until we get to that point, and I know it sounds extreme, we're going to continue to get fucked. It's going to be 10 years, another decade after that. We all going to have gray hair talking about the same shit, Fred. Do you understand what I'm saying? Lincoln and them going to be taking your place talking about the same shit. Ain't that a sad reality? Unless we get on code like you've been talking about and like actually like, but see, just like he said, what the last caller talk about that white folks have to do everything for us to, that sounds insane to me. That's basically saying they your dad and they your mama. And until they get up and want to, get in the car and drive somewhere, your ass gonna be in the house. Don't that sound like that, Fred? That we waiting on white folks to do all the work for us. No, man, let's pick up and do the work. And that's my call, man.
Appreciate you. Listen, I'm going to tell you how. Listen, listen. There are 4 cops in the Derek Chauvin case, right? He's on trial, right? So George Floyd wasn't on trial, right? He was the victim, y'all. All right, in the Derek Chauvin case. The whole world marched. Millions upon millions marched every day for an entire summer. Their house is still erected. I'm telling y'all, we are humanitarians at this stage. So the argument to say an eye for an eye, that's over with. I'm serious. Y'all think I'm BSing you? Yeah, there may be a group of people that may do it. There's a small collection of people. You understand? We marched in every small and major city. Nothing happened to their family members that we seen publicly because it would have went viral. When they saw that that his partner in the grocery store, that went viral. And you know what happened after that? His lawyer said, do not go out in public ever again. Because he had a mask on and everything. He had the beard, the fake beard. They said, no, don't go out ever again. Tell somebody else to go out, because if anything happens while you're out, the case could be blown. Like, what's up?
Hey, Fred, finish your thought, man.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just saying that to even raise the argument, oh, we gonna fight. Oh, no, it's not. We're neutered. We want to go to work in the morning. I'm telling y'all this. It's a fact. The whole world marched. Their life wasn't inconvenienced. They got bailed out. They donated money to get them 4 guys bailed out. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't nobody. I don't see no Christian network donating the money to whoever. I don't see the Nation of Islam donating money. I don't see the Vatican donate money. I don't see them taking lives. I don't see them protecting Ahmaud Arbery's family. I don't see none of that shit. So to say that Christians are the leaders, your house, man. I'm telling you, your house. Raise your kids. Put them in a position of independence. Please put your seeds and as many family members as you've had. If you can't give them the tangible stuff, give them the intellectual capital, and I strongly suggest that, a percentage of your life should be independent. Like, I know we all have jobs. I had a job. When I graduated from college, I had a job for 7 years, and I had to, if I hadn't have got motherfucking, what's that term? Loss of job. What do you call that? Laid off. Yeah. If I hadn't got laid off, I still would have been covering boxing, but I would have said, nah, I got to get up and go teach these kids in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I was very happy being a high school coach and teaching. I was very happy, y'all. Very happy. I'm not even gonna terminate it. Thank you. I was very happy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all niggas. I was living in terms of what I wanted to do with my life. I was happy. You know, obviously wanted to make more money. I was only making $50,000 a year, and you're paying rent, car payment, student loans, living costs. You know, it runs out. You know, so. But what's up, man?
Nah, man. After listening to them last two callers, I had to call back in because that's something I couldn't even go to sleep, man. I was damn near sleep and heard those last two calls and just had to, man. So to both callers, I think both of you guys have good points. The first caller, he actually touched on something that a lot of Black people don't really recognize because, you know, we live in this world where it's like if we do it, it can be done. But if you playing a football game or a basketball game, you just can't go out there against your opponent or boxing and just say, I'm just going to do what I do and I'm just going to win. Yeah, that might work sometimes, but 90% of the time, you're going to get your ass whooped if you fight somebody of equal caliber or equal talent, or you playing against somebody with equal talent and you don't know little tendencies and you don't know what they're good at and everything. So you study the opponent to beat them. So when we look at white supremacy, I'm just going to talk about the United States, not worldwide like he did. If you look at the United States, our corporate companies executives are 92% white. Our judges are 88% white in this country. Our bank executives are 94% white male. Our lawmakers are 90% white male. So when you look at everything that goes on in America, if you make a law, it's going to be 90% white males sitting in a room making that law. White people, white women, white males. If you go in front of a judge, 9 out of 10 times you're going to be a white male or a white female. If you want a bank loan, most of the time it's the white executives at the top making the rules and setting the interest rates and things of that nature to decide who get the loans and where the money is placed and all that. If you look at the executives, and people don't think about corporate America, we think about everything on an individual basis. I work with a company now where I'm at the level, like I told you last time, I'm at a VP level where now I see where the big money is going. I see where we sat down with super PACs in the railroad industry and try to negotiate, try to give them money to go negotiate things on our part so we won't be penalized like in California for emissions, being out of compliance and things of that nature. So our company control almost $5 billion a year in half of the United States. And you got 50 white executives at the top making a decision on $5 billion a year and $100 billion in overall revenue that we've had over the last like maybe 10, 15 years. That's a lot of power. Now think about 500 corporate companies with 90% white executives. It ain't the little 1 or 2 man that's running this world. It's a system. Everything is a system, like he said. So as Black people, you have to understand what's within the system. Can I make $1 million personally for me and my family? Yeah. Can Fred make $1 million for him and his family personally? Yes, he can. But at the end of the day, we got to start thinking of things on a macro level instead of a micro level. And that is so true. And what I find with a lot of Black people is we just say, let's just go fight. Let's just go do it. Let's just go do it. All we got to do is go get 5 rental properties and 5 this or that and do this and do that. And we're going to get, no, if you did everything right and got your rental properties and started your business, it would take you 200 years to close the wealth gap. So what you have to do is understand who controls the system and be honest with yourself. They control it because they brought us into their world. Now, we had started in Africa and we built our own stuff with Black people. And instead of letting the Chinese and the Europeans come in and ravage and take all of the goddamn resources out of Africa, we would have started there, then we would have controlled the resources from the beginning. But they brought us into their world. And for 200 years, they kept us, in 300 years, they kept us enslaved, where they built all the wealth, got all the wealth. And then when they let us out of slavery, another 100 years, they created the laws and the system that will strategically keep us behind. It's not one white man. It's not one approval that we're looking for. It's a system that we have to fight. Will we see individuals make it? Yes. We'll see Fred make it. We'll see this person make it. We'll see that person make it. It'll take you 200 years to get it done that way. But if we want to change, we got to look at the whole system and take it down. Now, for the second guy who said that he want to fight and we want to fight and we should go do this and do it. That's true. We have 50 million black people. Let's say if we got 20 million black males, black adult males that said, hey man, we ready to fight and we ready to die. We could get guns and get everything we can, and we could fucking cripple America, no doubt. We could go burn shit down and tear up as much possible shit as we can. Just tear it up, because eventually they're gonna take us out. They got military weapons and they got military forces now that can take out anybody in the world. So we're not gonna beat the United States because of how strong the military is. But if we go and we cripple a third of the United States, and we cripple 2/3 of the United States before they take us all out, and we just know we're gonna die. We're doing this, we're gonna die. But what's gonna happen is they're gonna have to redo the system, and our kids are gonna live a better life. Our ancestors are gonna live a better life. Then we could fight in that way, knowing that, hey, we're gonna die, so the next two generations can redo this system and do it the right way where it couldn't be done. But for us to win and be strategic with this, look at things on a macro level instead of micro level. You gotta understand, like the first caller was saying, if they control all that and they doing all that, I'll give you guys one example before I leave. In Georgia, they created all these laws years ago to keep blacks from voting, because what blacks would do is black people would always, they'd come to, like you always say, Fred, the politicians show up at the church on Sunday, and then voting day is Tuesday, and then they go out there and everybody go to the polls singing the church hymns, and we voted all at the church, and they bust us out on a dead election. So the white man knew that, so he was like, all right, cool. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut down on the polling locations in black areas where they all can go to the polls, but they're gonna be standing in line for 6 hours. I live in a 90% white community right now, and when I go vote, it takes me 5 minutes to go vote. I swear to God, the last 2 elections I voted. When I lived in a black community, I would have to stay in line for 3 or 4 hours. So what did Stacey Abrams do? She put a plan together the last 4 years. Said, all right, they're gonna try to limit the polling stations. So we're gonna go to people and say, hey, do early ballot vote. Go get your ballot, send it in, do it that way. That's where you don't have to go stand in line. So guess what? Blacks voted that way, and they had to count it because of the rules. So what did they do? Because they control the system in Georgia, and they have mostly white men in control, they said, hey, we're going to get up here and we're going to change the fucking rules again on y'all. So yeah, y'all beat our game this last time and y'all got it. But we finna go, and it didn't take them a year. They changed the rules again. So now you got to vote at a certain time. You can't take water out there to people standing in line. You can't do certain things. And that's what we have to understand, the opponent and how they maneuver. And then we strategically put plans together to infiltrate the corporate America, where we get more black people controlling the corporate dollars, so we can push that money into the black communities. We can believe it or not, you have corporate executives making $15 million a year with no problem. Wouldn't it be good if black people could make that money and then invest that money? So those are the type of things we have to do. But if we do decide to fight, we just got to understand that our military is the most powerful military in the world. So we will have to go in and say, we just want to ravage this shit and cripple this shit to the point where they say, hey, we can't afford this shit. We got to change this system. That's what you're going to have to do. But that's my call, Fred. The guys just kind of got me motivated, so I just wanted to call in and just get at it before I go to sleep, man.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
for letting me cook, man.
All right.
Yep.
Eli, you ready, man? What's up, Eli? What you got?
What's going on? What's going on, fam? I just wanted to call in, bro, because it become a big thing now on YouTube, on all the channels and shit, that whenever anything come up, people be like, the Christians ain't doing this, the Muslims ain't doing this, these people ain't doing this. But it really be on, what are we all doing? And when I say that, even from a person that believe in God, that was raised in the church, bro, all the deacons and all the people that I knew that came to the church, them the motherfuckers that really got bodies, that really sit down with that pain and them tears, and really did them fights back in the day when it wasn't protesting. I don't know what type of niggas these people grew up around, bro. You included. I don't know what type of men you grew up around. What type of, bro, my family, then we didn't play that.
My uncles will bust your head and still go to church and pray and get over their pain and be all right. My big mama raised all of us like that. I don't know what type of weak Christians people got in their mind for them to say these things. I wasn't raised like that. So all the turn the other cheek stuff, yeah, we heard that in church and trying to heal and get over, but we also knew it's in Ecclesiastes time to kill, time to steal, time to heal, and all that. Everybody always say this whole God spit these weekend, but ain't no weak. I don't know what type of the black community, bro. Us as a whole, bro. If you grew up around some real ones, you know some real ones when you see them, and it don't matter what they believe in or nothing. It's just a real man. It's a real man. I know some businessmen that ain't gonna pull a fucking pistol to save their life. But they'll go put that pen and pad on your ass, and they'll go put that pen to work. They'll go organize and get a crowd together. They'll go hand out some water at these functions. They'll go get a group together. I ain't gonna shit on them men, but people will come on here and shit on everything. But shit it ain't like it used to be, bro. It ain't no togetherness like families used to be no more. We got all this weird, crazy ass stuff going on. And we got all this going on, and we sit up here and say all the head busters and stuff, but we killing more of ourselves. But I remember. I don't know about y'all neighborhoods, bro, but I remember the real ones from the neighborhood. I remember how it looked to see that real riding going on. A lot of people ain't got no gangster in them, ain't got no thug in them, ain't got no heart outside of the weak shit that they done seen. If that's the life that y'all done seen, man, that's the life that y'all done seen. But all that God fearing people and all that people that believe in Allah and Muslim and all that they weak or something, man, bro, y'all really need to replay that in your mind. The people that's in those groups and what drove them to that groups. It's a lot of pain and a lot of tears. And it's some body trails that came behind that got them praying and got them trying to change a different life. And bro, that ain't everything. I don't know why y'all think that's cool every day to come on and say that God ain't this, God ain't that, God ain't this. Bro, if you don't believe in that, that's fine. But bro, I promise you, I know a lot more God fearing people that arrive before half of these dudes that sit up here and say this. Everybody sit up and encourage and speak and say, "Oh, these niggas ain't gonna do this." What nigga? What the fuck is you doing? Is you gonna bust a head? You ain't bust one yet, but you telling everybody a Christian ain't gonna bust a head, a God fearing person ain't gonna bust a head. Niggas ain't riding on shit, ain't standing on shit they self. Let me see you make that same sacrifice. We all living one day at a time. If we ain't together, we ain't together. Everybody quit putting people down all the goddamn time, man. For what they believe in. Believe in what you believe in. And keep on moving and keep on riding, and we come together and make this shit work. Because at the end of the day, we all in the same struggle. Get tired of hearing that shit all the time, Fred. I ain't gonna even bullshit with you, bro. And I'm still gonna keep coming. So don't tell me, oh nigga, don't come if you get tired of hearing it. I'm gonna still keep coming because I like what we cook on
I'm just
outside of that.
disagree with you. I'm just gonna disagree with you when you're done. That's all.
That's cool, bro. That's cool. I mean, but what is there to disagree on? I say I know a whole bunch of Christians that done roll, that done ride,
I
been
mean,
riding.
it's
All you can disagree on is it's an opinion, bro. It's your thought process, your logic to what you made it. Your logic tells you you don't believe in God. That's fine. My logic tell me I do. But at the end of the day, the struggle that it's about is who gonna ride. You don't know no Christians that are ride, is what you seem to say. But you don't know if Tamir Rice and them Mama Church helped them. If Floyd is George Floyd, Mama Church, Daddy Church helped that family. But you said they ain't put nothing forward. So you can't say that they ain't put nothing forward if you ain't right there with them families every day. You speaking from opinion, bro. You speaking from your belief. But you cutting down other people that believe in these things but got the same struggle as you. It's taken away from us. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. I spoke my piece, Fred. I know I get on there bitch and rant, and you let me just go all the time.
It's
It
fine.
is what it is, bro.
Appreciate you.
Uh huh.
All right, one. I'm saying this. It's a really see you gotta just put the equations together. Today we are celebrating justice. Christianity has been here for 2,000 years, right? Jesus, so probably before, right? The Old Testament, New Testament. I don't know the numbers. Catholicism has been here for I don't know how long. If Christians as a whole, yeah, you're gonna have outfits and people who fit the description, but I mean, what percentage of America are Christians? The point I'm saying is if the writers that you speak of, Eli, we wouldn't be having this problem. We wouldn't be singing the same song. We're singing the same song. This is how many times have we had this show in 2 years, year and a half? Same song, same song, same song, same song, same song, same song. We've got one conviction. How many times have we cried? How many times have we said we want justice? So the point I'm making is, yeah, you may have people in your community Micah Johnson. You understand? That's the only person I know in Dallas, Texas that I can speak off the top of my head. But to say that Christian, I mean, if what percentage of America is Christians? That'll just answer the question right there. I'm not accusing your 20 friends or the 100 people that's in your church. That may be an outlier experience, but the America, the 65% of Americans are Christians, then we shouldn't be having this problem. If they riding like you say you doing, Eli, Ahmaud Arbery shouldn't be happening. Right? They should have knocked on that man's door. They riding. They shouldn't have drugged that black man down the street down in Texas. If they riding, those gangs shouldn't be killing Mo 3. If you riding, if Christians gonna ride, you gonna ride. You can come out with any religion. You can come out with any religion. They gonna say pray, 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 pray. That's all I'm saying. If you can prove me otherwise, prove me otherwise. Ahmaud Arbery mom is praying. Trayvon Martin mom prayed. A lot of Christians prayed for Rodney King. People gonna say, people want to be comfortable, y'all. At the end of the day, people want to be comfortable. The whole world marched. The whole world marched. I'm gonna tell you that the whole world marched. The whole world marched for Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and Ahmaud Arbery. If we got Christians that are riding, those are 3 different states, 3 different locations, 3 different whatever. Have anybody on the other side of that life was compromised? No, they just bailed themselves out or they didn't press charges. That's what I'm saying. So you may have 10 guys in New York, 10 guys in LA, or whatever small number it is that's willing to ride out and get bodies and be tough and be strong. But it's not on a macro level. I didn't see 200 pastors. I didn't see an assembly of pastors for Ahmaud Arbery. I didn't see an assembly of pastors for that black man that was drugged down in Texas. I didn't see an assembly of pastors for Ahmaud Arbery. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Tamir Rice. The list goes on and on and on. If you can show me in modern America, not what the books say, not what the Bible say, because if you're going to say the Bible, then you can read Nellie Fuller, then you can read, you can listen to Malcolm X speeches, you can listen to, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. You understand? People are not doing that. People are not risking their lives in America on a macro level. I'm talking about in huge quantities of numbers. It's not happening. If it would happen, we wouldn't have this problem. You know what the next call gonna say? But I would have did this. But I would have did that. You're one person. You go ahead and do it. You know what they're gonna call you? Crazy like Christopher Dorner. Crazy like Micah Johnson. Oh, I'm tough. I got 30 guns. I'm going to ride out. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Da, da, da. You're one person. I believe in masculinity. I'm not harping on people's religion. People get offended when you talk about religion. Oh, my God. Oh, how you going to disrespect God? No, I'm talking about your actions. Because if you believed in God, you would risk your life. If you believed in God and you believed in right versus wrong, you would risk your life. Period. End of discussion. You know what I mean? End of discussion. Beam in, because I don't want to beam in, Deke. I don't want to take the call because it's easier on the beam in since you don't mind beaming in. So that's what I'm saying. Because aren't you brothers and sisters in Christ? Nat Turner was one man. One man. You can give me a handful. I said beam in. You can give me a slew of isolated people. Harriet Tubman carried a shotgun, right? Nat Turner. The list goes on and on. But I'm talking about the whole entire community. I don't see TD Jakes and what all these other pastors saying we got to ride out. They're not doing that. Pastor, beam in. Okay. I'll just take the call. Go ahead, D.
Hey, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's up?
I love the conversation, and God has always given me confirmation. And I want to give a shout out to their brother Eli, man. Great brother, man, and he's always on point. He's always touching my spirit, and you can just spiritually, you know, a good brother. That's a good brother. You know what I'm saying? And God gave me a confirmation when I was lost in thought. I was very angry when the brother Keith Ellis lost when he ran for the Democratic committee, and he lost to the Puerto Rican guy. I forgot his name. I was very upset.
Who?
The brother Keith Ellis.
Oh, Keith. Oh yeah.
Okay. You want to drop the link so I can come out?
No, it's too late. No, it's too late because I told you to do it before, but you kept calling. Now go ahead and finish. Go ahead.
Yeah. The brother lost against the Puerto Rican, and that would have gave him some power where he raised money and helped other Democrats win the races and stuff like that. Give him a level of power where he have some seniority
on policies and stuff like that. So I was angry when he didn't win, but God knew what he was doing the whole time. So when one door is closed, God is already opening up another door. God positioned him for this moment, but I didn't see it. I was angry. I was upset. I was upset with the guy that won. God is a great God. He can't lose. So when we say, well, if God gave us this victory, what about those other victories? Listen, understand this. God can't lose. And there's a process in our lives. And there's a thing called also, every human being is responsible for himself, herself. You are responsible for the decisions that you make, whether they're good or whether they're bad. That is not the fault of God. When you have to make the right decision, your good must outweigh your bad. And we have people who are running this country. They are human beings with an agenda, right? And there's a purpose behind their madness. But I know with faith and trusting God, I don't lose. Even when I think I'm losing, God is making room for me. When one door closes, he opens another. I'm going to say this again. I was very upset when Keith Ellis lost that race. But God positioned him for this moment. You see, God, I don't like to say God play games, not like that. God play chess or whatever. But I'm just saying God works on a higher frequency. He's above our thought. Our thought process don't go that high. And even your brain, my brain, we only use 2 or 3% of your brain. We don't even get to use all of our brain. God is a great God. I know sometimes we say God is good and all the time God is great. He's a great God. He's greater than anything that we can imagine. And he cannot fail. God said, before my word become alive, the whole world shall perish within the blinking of an eye. You done batted your eyes probably over 1,000 times since you've been on this show. This world ain't going nowhere yet. God is real. And I can give testimony after testimony after testimony about just how great God is. And he don't make no mistakes, brother. I know a lot of people blame God for the things that they go through. Well, I was raised better than that. I was taught better than that. Before I came out of the womb, God knew me before I came out of the womb. He knew me. I'm going to give one testimony and I'm going to get off the phone. I have to give testimony to God's greatness. I said it one time and I say it again. I told God in 2002, I lost my child. You said that you would never forsake me. He said, I did not forsake you, son. I say, my child is not here. She's gone. I lost my child. You told me you would never forsake me. I say, Father, I'm not questioning you. I would never question your judgment, but I need an answer. I'm asking you a question. We are allowed to ask a question, but never question his judgment. He said, I want you to get all the weeping out of you, and you come back to me, and I'll give you your answer. I came back a little bit too early. He ignored me. He did not answer me. I cried all through the night till my face swelled like a balloon. When I woke up the next morning, I was crying and asking God to just take my life. I didn't want to live. Not without my baby. Not without my baby. So I made it to the next morning. When I woke up, I cried and I got it out. I went back to God. I said, Father, you said you would never forsake me. My child, I lost my child. She's not here. He said, son, you did not lose a child. I said, Father, tell me, where she at? She's not here. You did not lose a child. You have gained a child in me. I knew her before you knew her. I love her more than you love her. She's mine. I need you to be all right because she's all right. I left you with these children here to raise them. She's all right.
Now you raised those kids that I left you with. And that saved my life. Testimony after testimony of God's greatness. When we are obedient and trust God, He'll move mountains in your life, obstacles in your way. The doors that are closing, He'll open new ones for you. But you have to trust Him. Just trust Him. Hey, man, I love y'all. And I know I get long-winded. I appreciate you, Fred, and love everybody. Man, I love y'all, man. Just keep doing what we're doing and just trust God, and whatever your faith is, whether you have any or not, just let your good outweigh your bad. Love y'all. Peace.
Well, I don't see no Christian saying eye for an eye. I don't see no Catholic, no Nation of Islam, no Buddhist. Show me an eye for an eye. Everybody want to be comfortable. Everybody want to worship God on Sunday and be comfortable in their house during the week. That's all I'm saying, man. There are some that will risk their life and love them to death. You understand what I'm saying? If God is everywhere and all knowing, and you're giving Him credit for a victory, then you got to weigh the options on the defeats. On God's time, we got to have faith, right? Shit, I've had faith my whole life. We only believe in God when good things happen, or when we come out of the hellhole that we put ourselves in, or society put us in. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I definitely want to separate this argument from him getting over the fact that his child was gone. I'm not connecting that. I'm just saying that it's just, I don't holy bash. I'm not holy bashing. I'm just being pragmatic. It's an action. God gave us free will. God gave us discernment. People gonna pray for victories. God is in my actions. God is in my intentional actions. That's what God is. If you believe in God, you got to breathe life into your kids. You got to breathe life into your community. And if you are the Christian, the Catholic, the Nation of Islam, then here's a great example. Go eye for an eye. That's your brother. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you want to be practical, but you're going to adjust it. You're going to adjust it to fit your comfort level. It's like when I see like 400-pound Christians. I'm confused. A 400-pound Christian? I'm being honest. Or if I see an overweight Nation of Islam member, I'm confused. It don't make sense to me. Honestly, it don't make sense to me. God is in accountability. People think God is like this esoteric spiritual conversation. God is in. When you go to church, you're supposed to have that solace, like church, temples, mosques. What's Catholic churches called? That's supposed to be your gas station. That's your gas station to go out and commits to God will. Tread lightly for what? What I got to tread lightly for? I mean, what the fuck I got to tread lightly for? I ain't got to tread lightly. God is in accountability. It's simple. It's really, the math is really simple. When you pray, that's supposed to encourage you to be accountable. When you read your Bible, your what's the Islam? What's it called? Quran. That's supposed to hold you accountable. Or Jehovah's Witness. We can go down the line. How can you be overweight and worship God? Think about that conceptually. Think about it. It goes against the. Anyways, I just go ahead, man. Go ahead. It's all you.
What's up, Fred?
Hey, how you feel, man?
Man, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I'm exhausted too. Sure.
And after that, while we were sitting there, we all clapping and happy over the George Floyd verdict. There was a 15-year-old girl being murdered in Ohio. So I mean, it don't stop. I mean, like, can we breathe for a little bit? And the thing that I was thinking about the most during the trial is listening to them people give their testimony, like the people, the eyewitnesses. You can't tell me that not one of them wish to say that they done the same thing that we all were saying that they should have done when it was going on. You should have rushed him. You should have got him up off of Big Floyd. And now, and everybody and a mama is probably thinking to themselves right now, I wish I had been there. And those who was there are probably saying, I wish I had just ran through that little Asian cop and kicked Chauvin square in his face and just took the charge. You would have got charged. You probably would have got tased and a little bit something else, but George Floyd would be alive and we wouldn't be here. So, man, I don't know, because I look at it like this, man. The dude getting convicted. I mean, is how big of a victory is that really? Because the guys that beat up on the brother out in California, the second trial they got convicted. Not the first time, but the second time. And really, we sit here and we celebrating now, but the dude ain't been sentenced yet. He ain't even gotten to his appeals yet. So we can still get screwed with this. A conviction, you know what I'm saying, that's half the game. You got to worry about, you know what I'm saying, what is his set, what is the judge going, how's the judge going to pose sentence? Is he going to give him a slap on the wrist? Because I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he already getting somewhat of a slap on the wrist, because first degree murder wasn't on the table. Was it second degree something accidental murder in commission of a felony or some crap? Why wasn't it first degree? In the first place. So he was getting dumbed down lesser charges from the jump, and we just happy to get a conviction. This, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's not a victory. Not in the full sense. Because it should have been first degree murder. He should be convicted on first degree murder. There should the penalty should be life without parole. Not no. He's got lesser charges, but he may get life if they, throw everything on top of one another. But that's still besides the fact. He should have got first degree murder from the rip. So we still got work to do. And I would advise everybody not to get all, partying in the streets and all that stuff right yet, because the sentence ain't been posed. Remember the white boy that raped the girl behind the dumpster or something like that, and the judge let him go? How about the sentence could probably ruin his collegiate career? And that was with a white girl. The stuff happens. So until he's sentenced, and then he could be sentenced, and they still ain't exhausted his appeals. So on an appeal and a retrial or something like that, because of they failed the BS that a BS argument of what Auntie Maxine said, and the political ramifications and whatever Fox News already spinning it, saying that the jury was forced into this verdict. So there's always an angle. So I wouldn't get too happy. Not yet. It ain't over. What you think, Fred?
I mean, I'll wait till the sentencing.
The same thing I'm saying. And I don't know if somebody already came on and said it because I just tuned in not even 10 minutes ago.
Appreciate you.
So I don't know if somebody else already said it, but I had to slide through and hit the like button. But
thank you.
Yeah, man. But when I heard the topic, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I got a few minutes before I go to bed. Let me go ahead and get on this. So I appreciate you, bro.
Oh, all the time. Your platform. Thank you.
Hey man, if you don't mind, I want to hit on. I want to touch on one thing. I'm gonna get up out of here. That mural that we're working on. We already got. I'm letting everybody know the mural itself is paid for. We had one donor slide through with $22,000 paid. Mike Rosado with $22,000 straight up. The issue is getting the mural up in the Black community. It's going up in the oldest African American community in the nation. Now, here's where things got a little screwed up. Where I live, or where, you know, saying in this place here, this place has more millionaires per square mile than I think we're ranked number 9 in the nation. There's been one individual who's a billionaire who tried to tell me that this mural would not serve Frederick Douglass any purpose being in a Black community, and basically is trying to leverage the donation. You know, I'll give you X amount of dollars if you move it downtown in the white section. I turned him down. But to be totally honest, that, you know what I'm saying, our people are not stepping up to the plate in order to get this done this summer. But you got billionaire white folk that want this mural down in the area of town where it will promote their businesses. Because you come to the mural downtown, then you're going to go to their business after you see the mural. You're going to go to their restaurants, their hotels, this, that, and the other, instead of the mural being in the Black community. So I just want to put that out there. I mean, you can choose to donate. You don't have to. I'm not going to go on nobody's platform and beg for donations, because, you know what I'm saying, this is something that I'm not even cool with getting donations. It's the first time I've ever done it. I don't like it. But when a rich Jewish man pops up and says, your Black mural can't get no play in a Black community, we got a problem. And then our folks is not doing much for the donations, or not doing much to get it up. So appreciate you, Fred.
Appreciate it. Drop the link too in the chat.
I'll do that when I get back to my cell phone. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Thank you, man.
All right, peace.
All right, well. All right, man. Let's DB, you want to call in now? Oh man. Yeah, cool. The revolution. We'll see. I guess, I mean, hey, what's up?
What up, bro?
Hey, what's up? Go ahead and go, because you've been active in the chat. Go ahead.
Oh, no. It's just, like, it's about everything that we spoke of at the time. And what I should do is I should start jotting the stuff down so I can go backwards. But, when we go for 2.5, 3 hours, and, there's it's not like side A and side B. There's like, we got everybody in here. It's like going through the entire alphabet. So I'm not here to agree or disagree with anybody, but I'm definitely not here to bash anybody. And I think sometimes, especially in these emotional times, we harp on one thing so long that it becomes bashing. And you, as the moderator, as the creator, as the host, when you got the microphone and you have your side and you make your side absolute, but you say it's not absolute, that's wrong. It's only wrong because you say it's not absolute. If you don't say it, then it's okay. And
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
You're speaking in broad terms. Just use examples.
Yeah, because there were so many different topics. But just for example, like you were saying something, I can't remember exactly what the whole conversation was with Eli, but he mentioned that he had a feeling about something. He's entitled to his feeling. And he said bashing. He said, no, what's bashing? No, it's not bashing. Well, criticizing, speaking of in a derogatory manner, denigrating, speaking in any fashion that's not praising. It's not neutral because there's positive, there's neutral, and there's negative, right? It ain't positive and it ain't neutral, so it's negative. That's considered bashing. But, I don't want to stay on that for too long because we had some pretty decent news today. Some people want to celebrate, and some people said there's no room to celebrate. Right? I'm okay with people celebrating. That doesn't mean that I'm celebrating. Maybe it's a moral victory for some people, but other people, was. This is something that's tangible. This guy had handcuffs put on his hands and walked his sucker ass to a cell. And, that's the good part. I'm not sure if the system is changing, but something's changing. The jury quickly found the guilt. And in the past, this wasn't the case, right? An officer being criminally indicted almost expeditiously. It takes a lot of time for us because we're the ones that's grieving. We're the ones that's hurt. It's our people. It's our extended family that's murdered in cold blood. So it seems like a long time for us, but it happened relatively quickly. So someone, somewhere, somehow has been making an effort to improve police policies. Maybe it's us. But, this is definitely a galvanizing moment. But I'm not 100% sold on the idea that this trial has enough umph and potential to lead to meaningful police reform. At least not locally or on a federal level. But it is a small victory for us. It's a turning point politically and socially, but not legally. But it is a victory for us. It was great to see that so-called blue shield was broken when you had senior officers and training officers and, the chief and colleagues testifying against murderer Chauvin. That was an anomaly. That kind of stuff just doesn't happen. But there was some change. And for that kind of change, I crack a smile. So yeah, there's plenty more work to do. We can't get tired in the middle of a war. We're in the middle of the jungle and other people in the middle of the desert. And we're wide open. So we can't get tired. We take a sip, stretch our legs, somebody on watch out. We catch a few Z's, we get back up, we take turns, and yeah, we keep marching. So, as much as I want to say it's justice, no, it's not justice. His conviction is justification, but it ain't justice. It ain't enough. He took a life. And he may do, 12 years, 40 years. Still ain't enough because he's still living. And as much as, as much as I don't necessarily want to see him breathing, I hope he does not commit suicide so that he can stay there and get all of the stress, depression, and agony that's coming his way. But yeah, it's still a fight. Still a good fight. And the last thing is, when we have these times, man, we can't always look to find a chink in somebody's armor. Maxine Waters, Al Heyman, Louis Farrakhan, Fred Hawthorne, Reggie Owens, Brandon Washington, Eli Zachary, don't matter. We can't come on here looking to find chinks in armor. So if we celebrate, let's not find a way of celebrating by looking for chinks in everybody's armor and start picking away. Well, that's not right, but that's not right, and that's wrong, and they could have did this a better way, and this person could have did that. Hey, how about we come on and just have a moment like we were having a barbecue? When it's a barbecue, it's a celebratory time, right? Everybody having a good time, and then everybody get mad at that one drunk uncle. Let's not be that one drunk uncle fucking up a good time where family should be celebrating some sort of victory. Anyhow, that's my spiel. It's my piece.
All right. Allow me to respond.
Yes, sir.
I'll work backwards. I don't think the barbershop is monolithic. So when in terms of celebrate this, celebrate that, I think people can come as they are, you know, and I think it's just important that people can say what they want to say, you know, like for example, when someone comes in and disagrees with a guest, say what you say. I think that's the beauty of this platform. And two, I wasn't shitting on Maxine Waters. I was making the example of how media controls us. That's why 9 out of 10 black people vote Democrat, because the Democrats are going to say Maxine Waters is right, Donald Trump is wrong. Donald Trump, Republicans are going to say Donald Trump is right, Maxine Waters is wrong. It's the same crime. Well, one may be manslaughter, one may be murder, depending on what side of the fence that you're on. I think we get so caught up in the person as opposed to policy. Maxine Waters is just who she is, a person. Media controlled the Democrats to believe Maxine Waters fired us up. No, that was wrong, because that 19-year-old kid, that 27-year-old woman is going to go commit a crime. The police are going to arrest them. And how about if they say, well, Maxine Waters inspired me. I'm out here because I'm inspired. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. And now they have no financial plan to get them out of the position that they put themselves in. So that's the point I was making. I wasn't shitting on Maxine Waters. I'm not in here critiquing her record. I'm saying that it's just important that we see the big picture. Maxine Waters is wrong for saying that, because I got, let me finish. Because
no, I will, but I just don't want to lose this point, and I'll just ask you a question because it's about what you're saying. So you get to the next thing. Malcolm X said, "By any means necessary." So when you do something by any means necessary, do you say, "Well, Malcolm told me to do this, so now I'm blaming Malcolm"? Just a question. Go ahead.
No, that's an extreme. See. Now this is about to be an 8-hour show. So the point I'm making is this. She is a no, because that's a change of, she's a politician. This is not, Donald Trump is a politician. He's not a cultural leader. Malcolm X is not Maxine Waters. He wasn't voted in by the people. You don't even know how to that's not even a correct parallel. It doesn't make sense to compare Maxine Waters to Malcolm X.
I was asking you a question.
But the point I'm making is you can't even compare Malcolm X to Maxine Waters. She's an elected official. She is supposed to, her first, the first job of a politician is public safety. The first responsibility of a politician is public safety.
It's an old school politician.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, sound bites sound great, but I'm saying this. Donald Trump can say it. We ride out January 6th. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. But if she say it, it's cool. And media is going to make you believe that it's cool. It's not cool at all. If you have if you are a part of a group like that guy, I forget the guy, the gun crew, or that march, and they do what they do, or you got some group, you got
India.
In FAC, whatever it is, you got the Huey,
right.
the Huey Newton Gun Club. You got the Huey Newton Gun Club. You have so many organizations, but when you are a politician, an elected official, you cannot say things like that because that's what got Donald Trump impeached. But if she said she doesn't get impeached, no, and I don't really care what happens. I'm just making a point that how media brainwashes us to believe one got to be right, one got to be wrong. No, they're both wrong. They're both wrong. And if you want to digress into the last point you made, was the other point was with celebratory about religion. The point I'm saying is about religion is it's really simple. Religion will not lead the revolution. If we're talking about individual sanctity and having comfort and believing in a higher power that affords you the confidence to aspire to be a higher self, yes, by all means. But in terms of leading the revolution, not in America. Martin Luther King tried religion. Malcolm X tried religion. And in 1964, they realized, oh shit, it's about economics. It's not about, are you Catholic? Are you Nation of Islam? Are you Christian? Are you, what you call it? Martin Luther King said he felt like he led his people into a burning building. Damn near every lieutenant in the Nation of Islam betrayed, I'm not going to say many members, high-ranking officials in the Nation of Islam betrayed Malcolm X, whether he's right or wrong. So the point I'm saying is when you're about religion, you can laugh, that's fine. You can laugh, but there's a direct correlation between Khalid Muhammad and Malcolm X. I mean, whenever a leader becomes bigger than
it's gonna be a 9-hour show.
Okay, whenever the leader becomes bigger than a religious organization in America, then they get ostracized. And that's what happened in the Nation of Islam. And when Martin Luther King woke up and realized it was about economics and not about serving God, because all the church gonna tell you to do in 2021 is pray. They don't say we gonna stand front line. We not gonna financially support this family. They don't do that. Louis Farrakhan says, I need 10,000 men. Why would he say that? And he's the leader of the Nation of Islam. You don't need to. So obviously you didn't have 10,000 men. He said justice or else. Where's the or else? We didn't get the or else. We want justice. You got the million men, right? So the point I'm saying is religion is great for you. But on a macro level, religion is not fortifying and or fueling a revolution. It's not. It hasn't done it in America. For Black people, that is. I haven't seen a religious organization, a religious group fortify a movement in America that leaves us safe. If you do, feel free to elaborate. Go ahead. Feel free.
Bro, I was actually reading the chat. I didn't hear the last 10 seconds of what you said.
I said basically, if you can give me a religious organization in America that has led a revolution and sustained one, let me know.
All right. So, listen, you are moving far, far left, and I'm sure at some point you'll move the goalposts. But I just want to go back. Maxine Waters, and again, I don't want to necessarily make this about Maxine Waters. She didn't say to go be violent, to go loot, to go loiter, to go murder. That's not what she said. She was speaking to the spirit, and she said that we will be more aggressive. And that's the word she used, and I'm quoting that. She said aggressive. So define aggressive. Can aggressive be an attitude? Does it always have to? Does it have to?
Let's not. No, I don't. We don't have to use interpretation when we have the evidence. I'll just play what she said, and
okay.
and that's the solution.
Well, run the tape.
Very hopeful, and I hope that we're going to get a verdict that is say guilty, guilty, guilty. And if we don't, we cannot go away.
And not just manslaughter, right? I mean,
oh no, not manslaughter. No. This is guilty for murder. I don't know whether it's in the first degree, but as far as I'm concerned, it's first degree.
Congresswoman, what happens if we do not get what you just told? What should the people do? What should protesters on the street do?
I didn't hear you.
What happens?
What should protesters do?
Well, we got to stay on the street, and we've got to get more active. We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to make sure that they know that we mean business.
We got to be more confrontational and let them know that we mean business. So, I mean, you can reinterpret. See, that's the whole problem, how we reinterpret it to fit our life narrative. No, she said what she said. She said it's clear as day. So those hundreds of thousands of people are marching spiritually.
Yes, of course they are.
Nah, come on, man. Come on, man.
Deal with something in an aggressive way.
So be spiritual.
It's okay when the people that you want to say it.
No.
But when it's somebody that you're not advocating for, when they say it, then you find a way to to disagree with it and to make it into something negative, violent, hurtful.
You're not answering the question. You're not answering the question. You're just
responsible for what people do.
Go ahead.
No, I said make her responsible. So your mom told you to be a good kid, right? Your mom, your grandparents, family around, they said, be good, get good grades, do this, do that, right? Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
No, okay. Go ahead and finish your point, Fred.
The point I'm making is Donald Trump did it and it's wrong. I'm not choosing sides. I'm just facts over feelings. You're justifying what she said. She cannot bail those people out who would say, we got to be more confrontational. We got to let them know we mean business. She ain't saying bring out Bibles, bring out whatever the case may be. No, she ain't going to bail. She ain't going to use her resources to bail the people out or speak up for them, go to court for them. She's not doing that.
How do you know? How do you know she's not going to do that?
We'll never know.
How do you know she's not going to do that?
We'll never know because we got a not guilty plea. I mean, a not guilty. I mean, excuse me, a guilty verdict, which is what we wanted. Mark Nash, why didn't she elaborate on confrontation? Man, I'm not getting into that. She said confrontational. If you're marching and you're being confrontational, you're not reading Bible verses. You're not reading the Holy Quran. You're not reading what I hate how people just want to reinterpret what they say. No, because you said say it again. I'm sorry.
Who said that was the base that she was using? a religious or spirit, a religious base.
You said she was talking to the spirit. You said she was talking to the spirit of people.
Yeah, the spirit. I'm not talking about spirituality. You thinking about religion?
No, spirituality, spiritual.
Yeah, there's a colloquial meaning too, Fred. I mean, you're an intelligent guy. I'm pretty sure you understand what I mean.
No, you're reinterpreting what she's saying. Take her literally. Why are you reinterpreting what she's saying? It's simple. This is a simple solution. If she read this in a court of law and someone committed a crime and they said Maxine Waters told me to be more confrontational and let them know we mean business. If Donald Trump said he's wrong, if she said she's right, I'm saying they both wrong. I'm not choosing sides. Be right. Be right. Be right all the time. We're changing our motherfucking our moral compass based off of who the person that says it. Y'all see, the most beautiful thing is y'all take spirit literally, but reinterpret what she's saying. See what I'm saying? So
the qualities regarded as forming the definitive or typical elements in the character of a person, nation, or group.
It doesn't
or
matter.
in the thought and attitudes of a particular period. Where do you get religion from?
People can take it as that. Spirituality, you said you talk, just take it for what you added spirituality. It's no reason you're interpreting what she's saying as an individual. That's your right. That's your right.
I never said spirituality. I said speaking to the spirit of the people.
Okay, that's fine. That's great. You can say that you're an individual. Guess what the next person can say? I interpret that as me going to get a gun. I interpret that as me going nose to nose with the next police officer standing front line. That tells me not to go loot in 2 stores. Or that's telling me to read my Bible all night. So if it's up to the individual to interpret it.
I understand. So let me ask you this. Have we not collectively, or for the most part, most of us, you, me, some of the barbers in the shop that have chairs, haven't we been advocating and pushing for us to be more aggressive over the last year or so? An eye for an eye. We got to get equal. We got to get back. We got to find a way because what we've been doing haven't been working. Or am I delusional? Am I coming up with things in my head? Yes or no?
Yes, the barbershop. A politician can't do that. You're missing the whole point. An elected official can't do that.
Right. So then who, Fred? If not her, then who? Do you have do we all have a microphone in front of the world?
I'm not in the mood to interpret to anything. I'm not in the mood to interpret anything. I'm taking everything literal. If Donald Trump is wrong, she's wrong. It's simple math.
You mentioned Donald Trump. You always taking these people, man, and you start talking about Al Heyman, and you start comparing him to Bob Arum. You take these people, you always want to compare them to somebody. Nobody mentioned Donald Trump.
No, I'm saying no, because you said, and the reason why I'm using Donald Trump as all people wrong, because you're alluding to the fact that I am attempting to tear down her character, Al Heyman, Bob Arum. You listed 8 black people, and then you said, "Oh, let me bring in some other people." No, I'm saying this. It's wrong altogether. It's wrong altogether to excite people who are on the verge of rioting as a leader in America, as an elected official in America. Your first job is public safety. Remember, the police voted for you too, and the civilians voted for you, and or didn't vote for you.
So she should never take a stand, right? As a politician, she took that position, maybe she took this final position or this position this final time so that she could be in a position to take a stand and make a stand. She's already, what, 78, 79 years old?
I don't know how old she is, but
you understand what I'm
she
saying.
can take the stance. She can. I'm just saying, I don't know. You said 78 to 79. I said, I don't know how old she is. And I don't care how old she is. The point I'm making is she can take that stance. She can take that stance. She can. She has every right to take that stance. What's the repercussions of taking that stance?
Well, it's obvious that, I mean, as a career politician, I'm pretty sure that she understands what the repercussions are. So if she still went out there and deliberately made a statement in a speech, I'm pretty sure she understands what the consequences are. But, you know, Derek Chauvin is a murderer. You know, he killed our good brother, and he was convicted, you know, and here we are focusing on Maxine Waters. So shout out to those jurors, you know, and all the attorneys and the legal team and everybody that was involved in making this happen. And yeah, we got to do it again. You know, we don't get a day's rest. You know, I don't even think it was a few hours that passed before we had another one come up. So, you know, I think they call this the mole folk in the South. You like what they say, the good fight. That's what they say. What Amy and Grandy them say, the good fight. We got to keep fighting the good fight. So, yeah, shame. You know, shame on anybody who makes a statement, a foul statement to get our people hurt or in trouble. You know, and if that was, you know, an irresponsible statement by the woman who said it, okay. But I think that's we got bigger fish to fry.
Mark Nash, I agree with you, Fred. If she didn't mean violence, she should have elaborated, because because the statement "death" sounds like MAGA storming DC. But the larger thing is, where's the legislation for real police reform? Yeah, that's the goal. Is, you know, people say get rid of qualified immunity, and whatever else we want to get rid of. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, like, man, the truth is a funny thing, man. The truth don't move. The truth don't move. I'm just saying, it doesn't matter if a black person say it, a Mexican person say it, or a white person say it. Yes, we're going to identify more with the black people, but the truth is the truth.
Okay.
So if she telling a motherfucker to say, I don't mind that she say it. But
apparently you do.
no, you got to understand what I'm saying. No, you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm being logical. I'm not talking about me as an individual. I'm talking about every black person. I'm not talking about me as an individual. If she's exciting people that she's may never ever meet, how about in Indiana? How about in New York? How about in LA?
When this first happened, when he was publicly executed, was there rioting and looting and you know, rioting and all that stuff? Was that happening?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. And what did Maxine say to incite the riot?
I assume she said nothing then.
Right. So, but all of a sudden, you know, she's the scapegoat, right?
No, she's not a scapegoat. Yo, you're missing. No, see, that's low level freak. That's low. No, that's at the bottom. No. Oh, it's her fault. No, come on. That's like no. That we up here. I'm having a conversation up here in the clouds. I'm saying this. I'm not pointing fingers. Like, oh, she said this. She said she didn't say this. She said this. No, that's not what I'm saying. If a leader of any sort say something, it's going to inspire somebody positively, negatively, but it's going to inspire a thought. It may inspire an action. It's going to inspire somebody. She is a elected official and a leader, right? Or some may say it's the same. Some may, I don't know. I'm just suggesting in her position, she can take that position, but she got to ride that position. She's going, listen, she made that statement and got back on a chartered plane and probably went back to DC. She didn't stay there and do the same thing that she told the people to do. So basically, she said, do as I do as I say, not as I do. She's not there fighting. Was she there today? I haven't seen her. I don't know.
She was at a press conference, yes.
So she was there today in Minneapolis?
Right, she was at a press conference.
Was she on the front line? Was she on the front line?
Did she have her boots strapped up? Was she 10 toes deep? Was she had mud up to her elbows? I don't know, Fred. I don't know. She made a statement. You call it an inflammatory statement, you know. And listen, man, we wanted fire, and then when we got the fire,
I agree with the fire. I agree with the fire.
But it's from the wrong person.
No, it's the right person. It's the right person if she's going to do it. She can't go back to I'm glad we're here. She can't go back to DC making that statement. She got to ride with the people. That's the problem. Y'all niggas don't ride with the people. Y'all don't ride with the people. Y'all didn't do it in the Nation of Islam. Y'all didn't do it in Christianity. Y'all don't do it in Catholicism. Y'all don't ride with the people. Y'all say something and don't fucking do it. That's the problem. She's gonna say.
What about you? Okay, what about you, atheist and agnostic motherfuckers?
I don't know about atheist. I'm not an atheist or an agnostic, so I don't know. I don't know what they do. But the point I'm saying is this: niggas want to say all that shit, but she's getting back on a private jet. She's gonna get her $200,000 a year. She's gonna go back to her mansion. She ain't gonna ride with the people. She didn't go to she's not going to the rally. She's not going to the rally. The Castro young man. She's not going there. She's going back to DC. I'm not the leader. She is. She's the leader.
So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
And this may take a few seconds of thought, but so I believe if we talked about, I don't want to name any of the leaders, but I want you to tell me the people who say something and actually stand by it. Name me one of the Black leaders, politicians, civil rights, social activists. Just name 3 or 4 that say something and they are about the action too. Wait, give me a second. Let me grab a pen because I want to write these names down. All right. And like I said, I am trying to like put you on the spot for it, but I want you to. If you need a minute,
we don't. No, I don't. I don't need a minute. I don't know a public leader, a popular leader. That's. I don't know one.
Cool. So whenever somebody gets on the camera and they're pushing for whatever cause it may be, we'll bash them because they're not doing it. But you don't have not you, not me.
I'm definitely not it. I'm definitely not it. No, I'm not the leader. I'm definitely not the leader. She is a leader. She's an elected official. She's leading a district in Los Angeles, California. If she's going to ride, she got to ride. Listen, you can't lead an army and never be in an infantry. She's leading from her seat as a elected official. If she was on the street leading the way and every day in the streets and doing that and going back to Washington, doing what she needs to do, I haven't seen that out of her. I've seen her talk. I've seen her in sound bites, and they're encouraging, they're inspiring. I'm saying all of that. Yes, all of that. I agree with it. But I'm saying if you telling people to be more confrontational and tell them we mean business, you got to lead it too. And if she's on that post, she got to stay there with the people.
So she's got to be there physically. right? The 80-year-old lady got to be there physically. When we talk about protecting our queens and all of that, but we want an 80-year-old lady.
No, that's a different argument because it is. It is because
when Natasha, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when Natasha,
I'm not taking no more Beamans, Brandon. I'm not.
But when Natasha, the lit lawyer, was here, she made a statement and she repeated something that I said several months ago. Everybody's got a position, and I just repeated, as a matter of fact, a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are the fighters, some people are the fire starters, some people are the sparkers, some people are the feeders, some people are the cookers, right? Some people are the massagers. Everybody's got a role to play. So you're saying, and you agree with that. This is somewhere within the last 2 weeks. I don't want to listen to 24 hours worth of show to find it, but you agree with it, and now you disagree.
No,
with it.
I'm not disagreeing. She's if I say
Fred,
no.
wait, tell me if I'm wrong. Hold on, let me just say this, and I'll let you tell me if I'm wrong. You just said that she's not going to be there. She was on a charter, the first thing smoking, back to Los Angeles, which means that you want her to physically be there in the trenches as an 80-year-old lady. Well, she's a politician, so she's got to be there. She said that she's.
What's her role then? What's her role? Her role is to inspire us, or is her role to fight with us? Everyone has a role. That's what I'm saying. But let me tell you this. You can't do that in real life. You got to hold that ground. You got to hold that fort. If you're willing to fight with the people, that means if your job is to go to Capitol Hill and do that, you got to do that. You can't be code switching and going back and forth and adjusting your stance to get donations. Because guess what? We still got Bloods and Crips. We still got Bloods and Crips in her district. And I'm not saying she's all wrong, but the point I'm making is you cannot stand and have that stance and then say, no, I'm not fighting. I'm the politician. I got to go back. No, you got to stand there and fight with us as well. If she's doing both, I respect her for it. She wins unattached in Los Angeles. Like, you can't touch Maxine Waters. She's going to be a politician as long as she wants to be a politician or the day God calls her. She's untouchable. She's in a I've never voted for Maxine Waters, I don't think. Because I lived in Whittier, and so, but the point I'm making is she's in a Democrat county district, and it's just impossible to beat her. You got to have billions of dollars. But the point I'm making is she can do both. I'm with all of that. But I'm more concerned about everyone, every soldier that's going to fight that war. Yeah, we can have her as a politician. So it's cool. I get it. So y'all, I get it. So there's a physical qualification with your demands, with what you say. So if a 19-year-old kid say we got to fight, oh no, you got to go to college, man. You got your whole life ahead of you. But the U.S. military will say, no, 18, you can go fight this war. So I don't know what if she say, I know she's old. I respect the fact that she's old. I'm talking about as it's cool. It's cool. When people start dying because they said that they leader, because they leaders say this and they said that. That's all I'm saying. I'm just glad that he's going
But an hour ago, everybody was willing to die for their cause, die for their people.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're not. It's like the code switches every hour. I'm like, rise for mine. I'm like, God, come on.
No, she's not. That's the point I'm making. She's not doing that. She's not willing to die.
I'm not talking about her.
Oh.
If she says, listen, if Maxine, let's just say, if Annie Susie, okay, Annie Susie say, DB, go ride for whatever, right? I have to have that in my heart that I'm a soldier, that I'm a rider before I go out and do it. Ain't no punk finna get out there and go ride. If I do it, I know there's a chance and there's a possibility that something's gonna happen to me. So it ain't on her. If I go out there and do it, I know I'm riding for my auntie. So these people that's riding, they know they riding for their people. They riding against these foul police officers. They fighting against this racism, this systemic BS system that we've been living under. That's what they riding for. And it's crazy because we get on one show and everybody talking about they willing to sacrifice and they gonna die. I'm gonna ride, I'm gonna die for mine. But now we talking about, you know, what my brother said something earlier about people was willing to go to jail before. Now everybody want to be bailed out. So we a rider at 11 o'clock, but at 12 o'clock, well, you know, some things changed a little bit. boy.
No, I'm talking about everyone. You're talking about a small group of people. That's not everyone. She's talking to everyone. That is,
and everybody not gonna ride. Only a few gonna ride.
But you're missing. I'm saying she's speaking to everyone. That is, her message is speaking to everyone that is pro George Floyd, right? That's who her message is to, right? So if she's speaking to everybody like that, and she's giving the command, and there is no reward, and the reward would be compensation for your family if you die, legal representation, and the list goes on and on and on. If she's giving the command and there's nothing to support that command, then
so it's got to be monetary.
I'm not talking monetary.
But then we get mad at Ben Crump when he gives people money.
Who's Ben Crump? No, see, now you're changing it. You're changing. See, I can't even have DB. We can't even have this conversation because you change subjects so fast. And
no, my frequency just may not be high enough tonight. I'm not doing it on purpose.
We're definitely not on the same page as it pertains to this, because it is her responsibility. It is her responsibility. If she's the leader, if she is the leader, it is her. If she gives a command as a leader, if her job is a politician, then her job is to go lobby for the financial funds to protect the people that adhere to her command. What's a leader of a gang and say, well, I'm not putting nothing on your bail money. I ain't got no lawyer for you. Just gonna go out there and be cold. I'm confused. They do it in the street.
So now we comparing her to a gang leader.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not comparing her to a gang leader. I'm comparing her to a leader. A leader.
But when I compared her to another leader in Malcolm, then you told me I was way off.
No, you're right on that. No, you're right on that. You're right on that.
Okay.
But
good for the goose ain't always good for the gander, huh?
No. But you compared her to leading the people from a politician standpoint. I'm talking about the responsibilities of a leader. The responsibilities of her as a leader. The responsibilities of her as a leader is to make sure that everything, if she gives a command, and she got to stay there. She can't go back and play politician. She can be a politician, but she can't be a politician. She got to be Malcolm X. She got to have the spirit of Malcolm X at Capitol Hill. And if a leader gives me a command, and I would assume that we've made an agreement that everything that we agreed upon for me committing this command, committing to this command will be fulfilled. So at the end of the day, it's cool. It's cool. I'm all the way suspect. I can be whatever you want. I'm just saying this. And that's the problem that we have. That's why our leaders die broke. That's another reason why our leaders die broke. That Black Panther was in jail for 30, 40 years. The first thing I said to Patty was, get him on the show because I want to make a donation to him every month of his life for the rest of his life because of the sacrifice that he made. And it's okay. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Deacon made a good point. He said, "Why wasn't all that responsibility on Donald Trump when you advocated for Donald Trump to burn the country down?" And you said, "Yeah, burn it down, burn this mother effer down."
No, I didn't say Donald Trump do it. No, I said we burn it down. We burn it down.
But Donald Trump was the leader of the country, so the leader says
it was wrong. I agree with y'all. It was wrong. What are you talking about? I agreed.
Okay, but what was the purpose of burning it down?
No.
But Fred, I'm just asking. Fred, answer my. I'm asking you a simple question.
I'm not
what
the
was
leader.
The purpose of burning it down.
I am.
No. I'm talking about Donald Trump. When you agreed for Donald Trump to burn it down,
I didn't agree. No, I did not agree with Donald Trump to burn it down. I agreed that we burn it down. We, us.
Okay. So my question still stands. What's the purpose of us burning it down? Just answer that question. I don't need the dissertation.
Well, it's to burn it down to a beginning. To end something means it's going to be another beginning.
Okay. So you're talking about a physical burn down, right?
Yes, physical burn down.
Okay. For a new beginning, right?
Yes.
To burn old things so that there's a rebirth, right?
Okay.
Infrastructure's got to be torn and burned down for something new to be built, right? That's what the sister was saying. Burn down that old system.
You're interpreting what she's saying.
Okay.
Just take her literally. Just take her literally at her word. Because if that's the case, that's another thing. If you interpret what she's saying, then the Republicans and the people that support Donald Trump can interpret what he's saying. Freedom of speech. And then we go tit for tat. Republican, Democrat. I agree. You agree. No, just take them at their word. That's the problem. If you're going to interpret what she say, then they got the right to interpret what Donald Trump say. So, I mean, and if we talking slang, I was just joking. I don't know what they say. I was just joking. I was just jollying. Or like when he said, "Oh, give him an extra nudge." That infuriated me when Donald Trump said that. Oh, give him an extra nudge. And everybody in the audience cheered. And when they asked him about that shit, he said, "Oh, I was just joking." Now you see how they can interpret that? No, take the man at his word. If a black man gets arrested, how the hell does a cop have the right to bang his head against the door or bang his head against the car and then put him in the car? No, just take people at their word. Take it literally, and that's it. I'm exhausted, man. I gotta get up at 6. I am.
This was good, bro. This was good, man. Everybody in the chat, see the chat usually we be down to half of this at this point. When it get to this hour, everybody be tired, and especially it's in the beginning of the week too. We still got everybody in here, but listen, man. We got something that we needed today, and some of us got exactly what we wanted. At the end of the day, man, I think for part of it, it was a victory, some moral victory, but a victory of some sort. Some people want to celebrate. Yeah, find a reason to celebrate it, and let's continue to fight. As Fred mentioned earlier, that we're not a monolith, right? We don't have to agree on all of the same things because we don't. And that's what makes the show so fire. That's what makes the barbershop. That's what makes y'all keep coming in here getting fades. A whole bunch of good brothers, man. Shout out to Eli Zachary. Shout out to Deacon 305. Who else was in here? Who are those early calls, man? I don't even remember who.
Oh, shit. H Money. Andre Berto will be here tomorrow. Spoke to him today. Yeah, he'll be in here tomorrow.
Right on. So, yeah, shout out to Berto, man. We should have a good time with Berto as well. As I mentioned the other day, I'm going to say it again. If y'all just coming in with Floyd questions, man, why don't y'all go to his IG or Facebook or go watch some old, but do something else. But yeah, because the Floyd question is gonna get old real fast. I'm sure, like Fred said yesterday, I'm sure he's answered those questions a trillion times. So, you know, we'll dive into it a little bit, but we want to talk about some of this stuff. You know, anyhow, who you want to give some love to? Fred?
Everybody. I'm exhausted. Everybody get love. I love all y'all.
Maxine
I'm
Waters
tired.
get some love.
Sure. I don't hate her. I don't listen. I love Maxine Waters. She came from nothing. I remember her standing in front of a church at the Rodney King trial. What was that? First AME, First Bethel. I don't know. I remember her when I was a little kid. All I'm saying is this: we cannot lead our people into a burning building without a fire extinguisher. That's all I'm saying. And the intelligent people are not going to do anything. And what I mean by intelligent people who are not impulsive, you got fucking people who just go on impulse. People who are impulsive are gonna run into that burning building and do what they got to do. And then you know what they gonna say? My religious leader told me to do it. That guy that killed in Ghana, whatever country, 80 people died, and then he kills himself. You know, like it's Jim Jones, whatever the case may be. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's okay. Nothing. Anyways, yeah. So that's it. So at the end of the day, that's basically what cults do. Oh, do it. She ain't. Maxine Waters ain't coming in here. So
yeah. Well, when I see Maxine, I'm gonna holler at her. But yeah, shout out to all of the brothers and the sisters in the chat, man. We had a couple of the queens in here. They took off, but I did see Patricia Shelton in here just not too long ago. So shout out to the queen. Let's see who we got in here. The chat is moving real fast. Shout out to Travis Jones in the building. Came in late, but still joined the party. J.A. Dixon in the building. Salute. OG Deacon 305. And speaking of the numbers, 502 King. He said going up on a Tuesday. Better believe it. South Central Zone, man. We got them all in here. Got my brother Big Tank in the building. Got my brother Pancho Estrada in the building. Got G Brown in the house. Let's see. Jersey in the building. Aaron 24. That Kobe number on it. I like it. Robert Brown, he said, good show, fam. Appreciate you. San Diego in the building. Young Merv, the Kickity Cut man. What up, Young Merv? Birdman in the building. He said, barbershop. Peoples Hernandez. He said, look, waiting on the word. Ooh. Shout out to Peoples. Jay Gibson in the building. He said, fire. Bomb squad. Right on. Eli Zachary talks everything. Big salute to my brother Eli Zachary and all them Texas boys down there. Salute. S. Riddle 45. Salute to you, family. Mike Weary the Great still in the building with us. Rocking and rolling. Anthony Dean done jumped in. Salute. Oh, Linda Bird Bike. Salute to you, Linda, and welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Bang, bang, Birdman. Y'all see you. Let's see. Who else we got? Andrew Charles. AC, you still in here? Salute to AC. The other Drew. SF City Slicker, California repping. And speaking of California repping, Gump 88 in the building. He said power fist to us. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, speaking of it again, CPT. Shout out to my brother Box fans. Absolutely. Who else we got in here, man? Stayed up late. Man, see California be repping so tough, man. The boxing section, TBS, where we will be headed after this. And salute to Kyle. And again, Cali repping, man. West, what they call it? WeHo. Cosmico 2019 in the building. Shout out to you, man. Dave Jack. He said, great show, y'all. Yeah, man. You know, Fred be bringing the fire sometimes. Sometimes he don't bring the whole fire, just a little lighter. You know what I'm saying? The salute to Detroit Eastside 313. Let's see. Yova in the building. Cali repping. YV said, peace. Picasso, he said, I'm working. Ooh, my brother, right on. Mr. Tennessee himself, Hustler Slim in the building. Let's see, man. I think we done got everybody that's in the bottom. So it is. All right, cheer. Linda, where you from? Linda Birdbike, where you from? Let us know. Let us know. Best pugilist, I see you. Oh, there you go, Unique Don. I know there's another queen in here somewhere. Salute to you. Jay Gibson, did I get you? Yeah, I got you, cuzzo. Yes, indeed. All right, let me slide to the bottom, make sure we got the rest of the fan band before we bounce rock skate. All right, there, yeah, got you. Hey, Ron, yes, indeed. Say coast to coast. Okay, there go Phantom Hawthorne. Salute to Phantom Hawthorne. Phantom Brawler still in the building. Shout out. And your brother, I saw your brother in here, man. Pound for pound sports entertainment Hawthorne. I seen him in here a little earlier too. Salute to y'all, man. Thank everybody, man. Before y'all get out of here, please tap that thumbs up, man. Tap the like button, or you can hit the dislike button, but just tap one of those buttons, man. Frank the Trucker, salute to you. He says, salute, good night, good brothers. And Eli Zachary with the $5 holler. He said, you still my ninja if you don't get no bigger. LMAO.
I'm not getting bigger. I'm not getting bigger. I'm probably gonna shrink because I'm getting older. So I'm gonna get that.
That's a fact.
So
That's a fact.
I'll be next time you see me, I'll be shorter. All right. Appreciate it.
Prince Hills. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate I'm aware of the major and Broner platforms. Appreciate you, Eli. Yeah, sure. Thank you, man.
Yes, indeed. All right, bro. Let's get ready, man. Play the song, Frank!
Woo! I'm exhausted. Fuck. I'm exhausted. What's up, Batman? Oh.
Circumstances never made it like happened all so fast. No, it got lonely sometimes. You see, I know we couldn't make it even when I'm off beat. I still really want my feet. Nothing can shake me. I know my
Cambosa's got shoes.
And destined to be.
Oh, shout out to Brandon Washington. Shout out to the third.
Yeah, shout out Brandon. Take Nugenics. Now I'm gonna drink this water so I can get up at 6, go to the bathroom. That's what I'm about to do.
People in the house with the 5 mic.
Cause the devil is alive.
Telling you the truth. It's only what you're doing. Some things you gotta do. It's fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. But much expected, much is given.
One to make a living, now I'm giving back to children.
Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let us make it real. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it tonight.
Shout out to Austin, Texas, Linda.
It's a given, you gotta give it, be a blessing.
Rob, you get them.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm ASICS. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up.
Oh, he has something. I didn't see it. I'm exhausted. Damn. Just the day itself. Shit. And I just feel like I just want to like,
In 5 minutes, you'll be asleep.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Tell you it's 4 a.m., but I cannot watch. I cannot not watch the show.
Well, I remember when Eric Garner died. Andre Berto bought shirts for everybody at somebody's weigh-in, and they didn't allow him to give them out at the weigh-in. I'm not sure.
Wow.
We'll ask him about that. He has some "I Can't Breathe" shirts, if I'm not mistaken. I want to ask him about that. I don't know if I'm right, but I remember him just packing them up and not giving them to people. So anyway, but yeah, man, it's
get some rest, man. Love you.
All right, love you, man. All right, man, we gone. Peace.